scientific breakthroughs, if we had billions of years, don't you think we'd be farther in society than we are now?
Humans have only existed for 200,000 years. Of that 200,000 years, the majority of it was spent in hunter-gatherer societies. It was only because of environmental changes that we actually settled down and started doing agriculture and forming civilizations. Civilization is relatively recent. It's only existed for, I don't know, call it like 10,000 years. From 10,000 years, I think we're doing pretty well. Plus, you need to consider the fact that it's been held back by religion, that there was literally the Dark Age where there was very little progress made because of things like religion.
Well, I mean, even if there were hunter-gatherer societies, I mean, even 10,000 years, or it's up to 200,000, wherever you're getting those sources from, I feel like that's a long time, bro. Like, and even just thinking about the adaptations that we've had to the modern cell phone in the last 20 years. I mean, 20 years ago, you were barely able to connect with somebody across the world without having to go into like a very specific location with a box phone. And now I can connect to the entire world pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, it's because technological advances build on each other and are also related to population size. That when you have widespread access to information, it's really, really easy to make these kinds of advancements because it's much easier to like synthesize all of these discoveries. Whereas if you're living in like the 1400s, the only way you learn more information is by gathering a book, and the only people who could actually use that information are the literate people. Now everyone's a literate person, or at least we try to aspire to everyone being a literate person, and most people have access to the internet, so these advancements are much easier to be made.
Sure.
I just don't think that this is very surprising, and this is honestly exactly what we would expect.
Okay, absolutely. So with that being said, then let's talk about the Bible, because the Bible is the production of, it was written by man, inspired by God, 1,500 years ago, 66 books, 40 different countries, 40 different authors, 3 continents, 3 languages, one cohesive central truth, and that made it through the spans of 1,500 years, falling on the most sold book of all time.
So yeah, that's a nice little script, but what's your argument that the Bible is true?
No. I mean, that in itself is, and that wasn't a script. That's just truth.
Yeah, but it seems like you're probably just reading off of something. So what's your evidence that the Bible is true?
Absolutely. I mean, if you just heard anything that I said, written by...
Yeah, I heard like lots of people read it. Lots of people reading something doesn't mean it's true.
I didn't say lots of people read it. I said the people that wrote it. So written by man. So a bunch of people wrote this book all together.
Yeah, and why does that mean it's true?
66 books, right?
Yeah, why does that mean it's true?
Well, let me get to it. If you keep asking in between, I'm not going to be able to explain it to you.
Well, you're just giving me, because you should have like one concise answer. You're just listing off a bunch of statistics. None of these answer the question. Like a Gish Gallop of statistics, and none of them relevant. That's incredible.
No, there's never decisive answers in debates like this. Trust me.
There absolutely are. If you ask me for evidence for like a part of my worldview, I'll give you very direct evidence for it. If you ask me for evidence for like evolution or the Big Bang, I could give you very concise evidence that points to evolution or the Big Bang.
Okay, so scrutinizing the Bible, like yourself, has happened years and years and years for years, right? And it's been preserved more than any other book, okay? More than any other book in the entire world. If you want to argue that, you can find some random stat, but it's just not true. Even people who are non-believers, scientists, data researchers can prove that this is true, right? So it's been more scrutinized. Thousands of manuscripts have been all looked, fact-checked over centuries. And if you look at like textual criticism, I mean, you have manuscripts that ensure accuracy due to all of them leading to one same source, one same person, which is the person of Jesus. So
okay, but I'm still waiting. So what's the evidence that any of this is true, that it actually happened, that Jesus is supernatural?
Well, I just think it would be crazy for all those people over all these years to just make up a huge lie for everybody to just chew into.
Oh, okay, yeah. So let's dig into the Gospels a little bit. Who are the Gospels written by?
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
And how do you know that they were written by those people?
Because that's just the factual data. I mean, if you look back even
according to what?
I mean, you can even go back and look at the Dead Sea Scrolls that were proofed and read by.
Do you think Do you think the Dead Sea Scrolls mention Mark, Matthew, Luke, or John?
No, but they're written in the central time to lead to the ultimate truth, and there's multiple.
Wait, hold on. We're just bouncing all over the place. What I want you to give is evidence that the Gospels were written by Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John. What's the evidence?
The Dead Sea Scrolls. You know how many Dead Sea Scrolls there were? 972 of them. And
and what does that have to do with Mark, Matthew, Luke, or John?
Well, if you give me a chance, 400 years before Christ. So these were found in 1947 through 1956 is when all those were found, right?
Sure.
Okay, and so those are dating to prophecy before Jesus is coming. Now, central truth, so if these people already knew these truths, and then witness data, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, aka, are talking about the very same thing.
Wait. You just begged the question. You just presupposed your conclusion. So I asked you, what's your evidence that Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John were written by Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John? And you just said, well, the Dead Sea Scrolls existed. Yeehaw! Thank you so much, Leah. And that they interacted with Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John to then write the Gospels. I'm asking you for the evidence that Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John wrote the Gospels. They don't sign their name anywhere. How do you know that Mark wrote Mark, for example?
They do sign their name. It's all throughout the text.
Yeah, wait, where is it? Give me a verse where it says, hey, what's up? Mark here, and you're reading my gospel.
Okay. That's easy.
Can I get the verse? Yeah, let's get the verse where Mark signs his name.
Okay, easy.
Yep. Let's hear it.
Oh, you want Mark specifically?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was easy.
1 second. Here we go. The Gospel according to Mark, chapter 1. There you go. Signed.
Wait. Which verse is this? I know that it's attributed to Mark, but which verse says, hey, what's up? It's Mark. Here's my gospel.
At the end of every single book, people don't sign their name.
Oh, so you actually can't provide me the verse that says that Mark wrote Mark.
Okay, let's do this. If we're going to play this stupid game.
Leah, thank you so much for the meerkat. Appreciate it. Don't shift the burden. Just give me the evidence that Mark wrote Mark.
You know what Homer's Iliad is?
Yeah.
Okay, how do you know who it was written by?
Oh, I know who Homer's Iliad was written by, just because of the wide variety of mentions that it has by various different Greek authors who directly attribute it to Homer. For example, Plato does this, Aristotle does this. All of the Greeks are attributing the Iliad to Homer.
Various authors attributing to one person saying that they read it, so it's the same thing, except there's 5.
Yeah, wait. So which authors from the same but which authors from the same time period are going to be attributing the Gospels to Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John?
All of them, all the witness accounts, dude. There's been.
Yeah, wait. Which ones? Yeah. So we found out that you couldn't provide a verse from Mark saying that Mark wrote
I
it.
already did that, and then you proved
No,
it
wait,
by
you
saying
didn't.
that same
Wait,
thing
which
about
and
Homer's Iliad.
which verse was that, or was it just the thing that they added to the top of it?
It's not something that they added.
It is something that they added. It was not found as the Gospel according to Mark.
Okay, and so Homer's Iliad, where does it say who it was written by?
I've already told you where we know this information. I've said to do the authors who verify it as being Homer's Iliad. Could you provide me the authors from the same time period who verify it as being written by Mark?
Gospel. That's the same argument.
Would you wait? Could you no? So who
argument.
cites it as written by Mark? Who's the author from the same time period? Go for it.
Who's the author from the same time period? Why would you have to double clarify something that someone already stated?
Well, because nobody signed the work. Whereas we know who wrote the Odyssey. Wait, can you summarize my answer for how we know who wrote the Odyssey? Because it seems like you just didn't listen.
I definitely did, but
Yeah. Could you summarize my argument, my explanation for how we know who wrote the
No,
Odyssey?
I'm not going to, because
You can't. You weren't listening. You're so bad faith. Why do you expect somebody to take you seriously when you're not even listening?
I'm definitely listening. You're just asking.
You can't even summarize the explanation I gave. You asked me a question and you didn't even listen to the answer.
I did, because you're trying to.
So if you listen to the answer, then summarize it. Go for it.
No, I'm good. So I want you.
Wait, you can't do it. Wait, I'm not going to let you move on from this.
I'm not moving on. I'm going back to
Either you concede that you weren't listening, or we're not moving on.
I definitely was listening.
Then summarize it.
I don't care to answer because.
Then summarize it.
No, because you haven't answered my question. So
Well, I did answer your question. Which of your questions did I not answer?
Homer's Iliad. Who is it written by? And give me a source where it's dated and signed. There you go. Let's do
Yeah,
that.
wait, I already answered this question. I already gave you the answer.
And show me the signature.
Wait, so yeah, that's super easy. Yeah, but
Okay,
I already
let's do
gave
that
you the answer to this, so I'm just remembering. I'm just asking. Were you listening? Do you remember what answer I gave you?
I'll get there as soon as you show me.
Wait. But you're just asking me to give the answer again. I already gave the answer. Stop being disingenuous and summarize.
I also gave the answer.
No, you didn't. You didn't summarize the thing that I said.
It's not the answer.
You need to wait. I want you to summarize. To prove that you were actually listening to the words coming out of my mouth, I just want you to summarize what I said to you.
There was a lot of words that weren't coherent with each other, so I want you to first just show me the signature of who wrote Homer's Iliad, so that we can all have that.
Wait. You're just shifting the burden at this point. You're literally just trying to wriggle out of the question. You weren't listening.
That was the first.
And now you're trying to get clarification on it. And I'll give you, if you weren't listening, you can just say that and I'll give you the answer again.
You can repeat yourself, but I'm still waiting on Homer's Iliad.
Yeah, I already explained it to you.
You explained it, but you didn't prove it. I'm glad that you can explain things, but unless there's proof, which is empirical, which is what you were talking about, then I'm not going to listen to you.
Yeah. So I'll just give you the answer again. Let's try listening this time. Okay. So the answer once more is just that it's mentioned by, wait, do you want the answer or do you want to keep on talking?
I just want the source.
Yeah. So
your answer. I want the source's answer.
Yes. Yeah. So in many of Plato's dialogues, he references Homer very directly. Homer was a staple of Greek pop culture, which is why he's mentioned all over the place, and that his works are characterized and re-summarized, and these summaries and these other works are matched directly by the characterizations and the summarizations of later Greek authors. Mm-hmm. And even contemporary Greek authors. So it's attributed to these people by people from the same time period. So I'm just asking you, could you provide the people from the same time period who attribute the book of Mark to Mark?
Yeah, absolutely.
Go for it.
Yeah, so there's plenty of stuff throughout the time between, I think it's 60, somewhere 60 and like 140 AD.
Yeah, name it.
What?
Name it.
Name what?
Name the sources.
Oh, okay. Here, let me pull it up. I'll send it to you. Where do I send it?
Well, you can just read it off, presumably.
Okay. You know what Zondervan Academic is?
Zondervan Academic.
Zondervan Academic.
International Christian Media and Publishing Company.
Mm-hmm.
This your source?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, why would I not?
Yeah. So what am I looking at?
Yeah, just look up who wrote the Gospel of Mark.
What? Yeah. So are you okay? So.
Hey, you asked for a source.
I'm asking for a source from the same time period.
Oh,
I don't think Zondervan Academic is from the same time period. I also think they might be a bit biased. CJ, thank you so much for the swan. I appreciate that. WCJ in the comment section. Yeah, wait, so is your source Zondervan Academic? Because I'm asking for a source from the same time period.
Oh, from the same time period. Okay.
Yeah, I've said that probably like 3 times at this point.
Have you heard of Papias? You know what that is?
Papias?
Yeah.
No.
Papias person? Mm-mm. Of Hierapolis? Do you know where Hierapolis is?
Papias? I don't know where Hierapolis is.
Okay, so around the same time in the Middle East, and in Rome and the various places that are written in the gospel that are covered by the gospel findings and all throughout all 4 gospels. Here's the deal.
Wait. So when I look up Papias of Hierapolis, I get nothing.
You mean you get nothing?
Nothing comes up. How are you spelling this?
I was Papias. Papias of Hierapolis.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Okay, and so the findings there's direct correlation with findings from the time between 60 and 140 AD that attributes authorship of the Gospel of Mark.
Wait. So first of all, this person's quite a bit after the fact, but second of all,
I mean, that's just dating.
Well, yeah, but it's still quite a bit after the fact that I could provide you people from the same time period. How did Papias know who wrote them?
Well, that was because Mark was a companion for Peter, if you know anything about.
Yeah, and so how does that answer how Papias knew?
Yeah, because he studied that same time. Around that same time, he was studying documents, and he was a scholar of academia. Found inscriptions and things written through and by Mark.
Yeah, and where's your source for this?
Let me find you another one. I don't have all my. I'm not at home right now. Otherwise, it'd be a lot easier.
Whoa! Chet, thank you so much for the dinosaur. Huge W, Chet, in the comment section. I appreciate that. Fucking love dinosaurs.
Give me 1 second. I don't think I can find one, dude. I don't think I can find one earlier than.
Gotcha. So do you have do you have any other evidence for the Bible?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, what's the evidence for the Bible insofar as you can't prove the authenticity of the Gospels?
I mean, that wasn't not proving the authenticity. That was just the earliest found thing.
Well, you can't because your all of your sources rely on like a source that your entire argument relies on a source that you can't provide.
No, I just told you the documents of Papias. You
Yeah,
can
which
look it up
ones?
for yourself.
Which ones and where?
Okay, let me look.
I can just pull them up if they're there. I'd be happy to pull them up.
Okay. Hold on. All right. Early writings of Papias of Hierapolis. You could go to earlywritings.com and type in earlywritings.com, or you can just
And wait, which one?
type in early
And which
writings.
website? Oh wait.
Earlywritings.com.
William, thank you so much for the $6.66 on Cash App. Hail, William. Hail, 666. Hail, Satan. I appreciate that, William. Big W, William, in the comment section.
Do you have a light?
Yeah, I do have a light. Well, no, I have satanic powers. I'm just calling on Satan every single time.
I've seen crazier things.
Yeah, wait. So which website am I going for this?
I told you earlywritings.com.
Earlywritings.com.
Yes, sir.
Writings.
It's like an academic forum.
Biblical Criticism and History Forum.
Okay, but I guess I do have a question.
Wait, so it's just a forum?
It's what?
It's just a forum?
Forum, just like any peer-reviewed anything.
Could I make an account and start?
Probably, but I think it has to go through a vetting system.
Chops, thank you so much for the $6.66 on Cash App. Hail, Chops. Hail, 666. Hail, Satan.
So if somebody is a Christian, real quick, just to before I give you more sources and stuff, if somebody is a Christian and they're also in academia and they're smart or a scientist or whatever, do they just
it would be in a peer. So their work would be in a peer-reviewed journal, not in a forum.
No, I'm just asking. Does it lose its precedence because that person is a believer?
No, not at all. It depends on their method.
Okay.
I think that if they're following a biased method, then they lose their credibility. But if they remain in a good scientific method, then they're fine. Even if they're like a devout, even if they're like an evangelical Christian, if they're following all the proper methodologies, then they're good.
Yeah. Okay, great. Did you find it though?
Wait, so you want me to go to this forum and search what?
Just type in Papias writings on Mark. And that's the thing too, also, Ian, is like there's going to be some.
Which article? Wait, which article do you want me to be looking into?
It should be titled as. Hold on. It should be titled as Fragments of Papias.
I can. That doesn't come up as as an article, but I can just search up fragments of Papias.
Yeah.
That one also doesn't come up.
Really? Okay, hold on. I wish there was a way to like send these in the chat or something. Here, while I'm doing that, I do have a question though, just to like see if we're on the same track here.
Yeah.
As far as like things getting misconstrued like over time and in history, are we willing to like say that just because something is maybe miscommunicated in certain ways due to the way people had seen it, even though it's still true, that there's like a witness account by multiple people, if they're describing it from different lenses, does that make it any less true?
Depends on the discrepancies. So, for example, I'll just ask you the question I ask most people about the Gospels. Was Jesus executed on the preparation day for Passover like John says? Or was he executed on Passover like Mark, Matthew, and Luke say?
I'm sorry, reframe it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, was Jesus executed on the preparation day for Passover like John says? Or was he executed on Passover like Mark, Matthew, and Luke say?
It's probably a mixture of both because...
A mixture of both days? It's a mixture of... So Jesus was executed on a mixture of preparation day for Passover and also on Passover, really?
Yeah, because so when crucifixions happen, they last for hours, sometimes days.
Yeah, but I think you maybe have just not read Mark or not read John, because in John they say, "Hey, now that these people are executed, can we take them down before Passover starts?"
Yeah.
And then they do that. So the execution happened before Passover starts in John. So was he executed on the preparation day, like it says in John, or on Passover itself, like it says in Mark, Matthew, and Luke?
That's a great question. I've actually never made the delineation between the three or the four. Let me look real quick. I'm sure there is a reasoning for it because also different writers had like more. Like if you look at Matthew's account, it's like super, super detailed, like down to everything, because that's probably Matthew is more. Well, actually, Matthew was known. He was academic. He was a tax collector, and so he probably had a more stronger version of like detail and things like that. Whereas you might not have seen that as much in John, because John was just a simpleton. But we'll see.
I mean, that's really ironic considering that John's is like this beautiful poetic Greek prose, whereas Matthew's is mostly copied from Mark. That seems like your analysis is just way out of whack.
Wait, what did you say? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that John is specifically revered for how poetic the Greek prose is. That it's just like this perfect Greek, written in like highly nuanced and complex ways, whereas Matthew is mostly copied from Mark.
Yeah.
So that's the opposite of what you said. You said that Matthew would be very sophisticated, but in fact, it seems like Matthew copied Mark's homework, whereas John's is considered to be one of the most sophisticated in the way that it's written.
I don't know. I guess I'll have to look. Let's see. And you said that Matthew copied Mark's homework. What did you say?
Yeah, the lots and lots of Matthew are ripped directly from Mark.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. Same correlations. I mean, they were seeing the same thing.
No, like word for word.
Yeah. That's great. I mean, they could have heard it word for word too. So if they both saw it the same way.
So, okay. If you're a teacher and you're grading the assignment and everyone got the same assignment, but they gave you back word for word the same answers, you would suspect plagiarism, because even though the assignments should be similar and they should get at the same point, They should not be word for word.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying is I don't think if you heard this exact same thing, if you were actually there verifying Jesus's words, verifying Jesus's teachings and his what he was teaching to the 12 disciples and many more, they probably would be pretty closely aligned.
But you wouldn't expect it to be word for word. Even okay, it's the teacher analogy. It's just going to be the exact same thing. You would expect it to be similar. You wouldn't expect it to be word for word the same. That if you and I witnessed the same event and then gave summaries of it, there would be similarities in our summaries, but it wouldn't be largely word for word. There should be no section that is like word for word identical.
Even in witness testimony?
Yes.
So like when people were at Donald Trump's assassination attempt and they said we saw him shot and everybody thought he got shot in the head and they all said the exact same thing. Is that
if you went and listened to like the full accounts, all the accounts that people gave probably aren't word for word.
Sure, but a lot of them are.
No, could you demonstrate that by showing me accounts that are literally the same? Like, could you provide me 2 accounts that are word for word identical that are of some meaningful length? Maybe if the account is like 5 words long, it's fine if it's word for word. But if the account is like, I don't know, 5 sentences, it would be really weird if it was word for word.
Yeah, I guess. I don't think I'm fully tracking with that. It just seems a little bit like disingenuous to be like, oh, hey, I saw Mrs. Baker slap Mr. Burns on the face. And then everybody's like, yeah, I saw the same thing. I don't think that's why would that be?
Because they don't say, yeah, I saw the same thing. They give their own description of it. They don't just say like, yeah, what happened in Mark is totally true. They say, here's what happened. And it just so happens that they copy word for word from Mark.
Okay, I guess I can see what you're saying, but that happens all over the Bible because there's quotes made by other people where they have to use exactly what they said, and it wouldn't be that weird if 2 guys following the same guy said the exact same.
So was Matthew just quoting Mark?
It could have been, I don't know.
And why do we have no indication that he was?
I mean, there probably is, and like, if you look back at the text.
Yeah, what's the indication? Let's see it.
Oh, okay. I'm still trying to get you this link, but sure. So frame the question in like, so I can understand what I'm doing for you. I'm finding quotes that are the exact same that lead back to Matthew exactly quoting the Gospel of Mark.
I'm looking for the part of the Gospel of Matthew where he says to quote Mark and then quotes Mark.
I know, and my whole point was maybe he's not doing that every time because he was seeing the same thing.
But that would be improbable given the sheer amount that's copied word for word.
Okay. I'm gonna look this up real quick.
Matthew repeats about 91% of Mark, usually word for word. Imagine you're a teacher and imagine like 2 students turn in homework assignments. Now, student A turns in their homework assignment first, and then student B turns in their homework assignment, and student B's homework assignment, 91% of it is just identical, word for word, to student A's homework assignment. Would you think that they just came up with similar homework assignments?
What do you? Oh, like they cheated, obviously, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that this is not that it's unexpected if you think Matthew is like the sophisticated one, that he just copied all of it from Mark.
Sure. I mean, I'm just using context clues at that point.
Yeah, but also like, isn't that weird that so much of it is copied?
I guess it could be. I mean, I don't think it's that weird.
You don't think it's weird that 91% of Mark is copied, or that 91% of Matthew is copied from Mark, usually word for word?
I'm looking right now because I don't think that's a really high percentage. I'm just even trying to find some to like fact check this. Whoever said the book of Matthew is before Mark, but it's highly known that probably the book of Mark was written first. Let's see. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I'm not saying that it's not a little bit weird. It is, for sure. But I don't think that writes it off completely.
I don't know. It makes it unlikely that it's written by the person that it's attributed to, and makes it very likely that it was written by a person who read Mark and then just directly copied it. Yeehaw! Thank you so much, Mog. Appreciate it.
Okay. Can you give me some correlations, like where it's like copy paste?
Yeah, let's do it. We
Because I
can
know
read.
like, the whole beginning of Matthew is like genealogy of Jesus.
Yeah. Wait. So we can read Mark 1:40 through 42. And calling out to him, there comes to him a leper, and kneeling and saying to him, "If you wish, I can be cleansed." And moved with compassion, he stretched out his hand and touched him, and says to him, "I wish it, be cleansed." And immediately the leprosy left him, and he was cleansed. Whereas Matthew 8, 2 through 3, and behold, the leper came and worships him, saying, "Lord, if you wish, I can be cleansed." And stretched out his hand and touched him, saying, "I wish it, be cleansed." And immediately his leprosy was cleansed.
Yeah. Why is that weird? That's like a direct quote.
Because it's plagiarized. Because it doesn't say, according to Mark, it says the
I
same
don't think
thing.
anything like in history like that said according to Mark or according to. I don't think anybody did that.
They absolutely did. Are you kidding?
No, not in these kind of moments when he's using it as like a quote directly of Jesus or a quote of somebody that was in the moment with him. I don't think that happened.
Yeah, wait, but they would have said, like, well, according to Mark, Jesus did this.
According to Mark, Jesus did this. But if it's in the words of the person, like we already know who the author is, why would it say that?
They don't know who the author is. They were written anonymously.
Okay, I guess we just have a difference of view because I don't agree with that. So like
You don't agree that they were written anonymously?
No.
Okay, so if they weren't written anonymously, then could you find in the gospel the specific verse where it says, "Hey, what's up? I'm Mark"?
No, bro, because
Then it's written anonymously.
That's not. I mean, maybe the
Will, thank you so much for the $6.66 on Cash App. Hail, Will. Hail, 666. Hail, Satan. Big W, Will, in the comment section.
maybe the Gospel of Mark was like one that was written anonymously, and that's actually like something that I've heard before and would be willing to like look into.
Could you find the part in Matthew where it says, "Hey, what's up? I'm Matthew. This is my gospel"?
No, but the whole thing about witness accounts is like they're not going to sign off on it like that. Like the apostles did, like Paul and Peter and all of them wrote off on the. You're just saying that these random guys made this up and wrote 4 gospels of like six of various. They just made it up. I just don't understand why that would happen.
Well, yeah. So it seems like one person made it up, and then the two other people copied off of the one person. Yeah.
That feels like a harder thing to prove than saying that they just didn't sign their names.
I mean, otherwise, how do you explain it being like word for word copies for like 40% of the book? That's super weird.
Word for word copies of things that were said by Jesus.
No, oh, wait, these are specific actions. These aren't
Yeah,
like so parts of it are things said by Jesus, and then parts of it are the actions themselves, which are summarized in the exact same way, in the exact same order. I think if you tried to turn the Gospels into a teacher, they would flag them for plagiarism.
Sure, but that's not how like witness testimonies work, and if they just happen to be the same by two people, it's a lot less of an anomaly. And this is only four guys. So them being right on par, John did see it different. So proving the point that if two are really on par with each other and two were different, then it's kind of, it almost
No,
makes,
wait. So Luke faces the same problem. This is why they're grouped together as the synaptic gospels. So
yeah, John's the only
around 65% of Luke is directly copied from other gospels.
Wait, say it, but that makes sense, dude. They were all witnessing the exact same thing.
Not 60% of it. Word for word, that doesn't make sense. Absolutely not. A word for
Where are
word
you getting
copy
that
is
from?
not something that happens by accident. That's plagiarism.
Where's that
If you
source?
copy something word for word, for especially if it's like 60% of the book, that's plagiarism. Somebody plagiarized.
Hold on, I'm looking at this because where are you finding that? Like, where's that source?
You can just look at the Wikipedia page for the synoptic gospels.
Wikipedia?
You cited me two Christian sources. I don't want to hear it.
Wikipedia can be anybody or anything.
No, that's not true. Insofar as the accuracy of Wikipedia is on par with other encyclopedias like the Encyclopedia Britannica. Additionally, if you make an edit to a page that's as well looked at as this one, you're going to get IP blocked faster than you can say, I don't know, whatever lie you were typing, and you'll never be able to edit Wikipedia again. So if you want me to find a different source, but I do want to be clear, the source you cited me was Christian Forum and then zondervanacademic.com.
Yeah, but just because it's a credible source of somebody who studied it, you're discrediting them the same way I could discredit you that you probably don't
If
have.
it's a credible source, then you can publish it in a journal. If
Those
it's
are
that big of a deal to you,
those are like
I'd be happy to find you a different source. That's not a problem for me.
Ian, here's the deal though. At the same time, I could say the very same thing to you, that half the sources that you're giving, just because they don't toot my fancy, are not good. You just gave me a Wikipedia source, and I can literally change
Okay,
this.
yeah. So I'll give you the source. So the source is a statistical study of the synoptic problem, A.M. Honore, published in the journal Novum Testamentum, volume
Nava.
10. That's the academic source for you. Go ahead.
Nava Testum.
Yep, a statistical study of the synoptic problem by A.M. Honore.
Who's that?
We can look it up if you're interested, but it's published in an academic journal.
Okay, let's do this. Bless me. Praise God.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is just going through and laying out like the statistical. Oh wait, who was? There's so much of the $6.66.
Okay.
Hail Satan! I appreciate that, Bailey.
I'm not finding it. Can you spell it again?
Yeah, it's a statistical study of the synoptic problem. That's the source.
Statistical problem.
It's on JSTOR if you're interested.
JSTOR, like J, then the word store.
JSTOR.org.
There we go. Americans. Is this? Oh wait. Some statistical problems in research design. Is that what you're talking about? That's
It's just a statistical study of the synaptic problem.
the synaptic problem. JSTOR. All right, I'm here now. I think. Let's see. And what was that review? Who did you quote? What was it again?
For which part of it?
I don't know. That first part you gave some title of some author. I wasn't seeing it.
The name of the article that I've given like 10 times?
No, you gave a person. You quoted some person.
The person who wrote the article whose name I've given you like 10 times?
Yeah, I don't see it.
You don't see the article?
No, I see the article. I see the article.
You should, if you see the study, then you should see the person who's published it.
The only thing I see on here that is popping up on my screen, because there's like 100 of these JSTOR things, are the person that it says this one's by is Paul Karras.
A.M. Honore. It's like honor with an E at the end of it. If you literally just type in a statistical study of the synoptic problem, the first thing that comes up is A.M. Honore.
Okay, now I see it, but it's not the same source. It's just the book that he wrote or this peer review. A.M. Honore. Okay, let me look at this a little bit. Okay. I'll have to read this more. I mean, this actually seems pretty interesting. I mean, I've heard of what you're talking about before. I don't really subscribe to it fully, but
it's just like a statistical fact that most of it, like tons of the other ones, are just copied directly. I'm not sure what you mean you don't subscribe to it. Like it's literally just there. You can turn the pages open and read it.
Our belief and our view on it is different. Like I don't think that it's that crazy of a thing that two guys maybe got some of the same stuff right.
Yeah, some of the same stuff. You wouldn't expect like what's the number, like 30%? 30%. Wait, so if we so the statistical breakdown is in terms of unique stuff, Mark only has like 3% unique stuff that's unique to Mark, and then all the rest of it is shared is present somewhere in Luke and Matthew, usually word for word. Luke only has 35% unique to Luke, and then all the rest of it is shared elsewhere, word for word. And then Matthew has only 20% unique to Matthew, and then all the rest of it is shared elsewhere, oftentimes word for word. It just seems like there was a lot of copying going on in the writing of the Gospels.
Yeah, I'm looking at this, just trying to figure out maybe why this is. It says most scholars ascribe this to documentary dependence, direct or indirect, meaning the close agreements among synoptic gospels are due to the gospels drawing from the text of another person and from written source that another person drew from. Why is that weird?
So they copied?
Yeah, I already said that it's not a copy. It's like, hey, this is good. This is what we saw. This is a great way to put it.
All right, well, so it sounds like they copied.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, they plagiarized. The Gospels are plagiarized.
You can't plagiarize if the other person's like, hey, do this.
Can you prove that the other person was like, hey, do this?
I mean, it doesn't seem like they stopped him.
Presumably, they made the Gospel public.
Yeah,
and then whoever wrote Mark got copied from by whoever wrote Matthew and whoever wrote Luke.
I guess I don't understand why that's a bad thing, especially if they're trying to achieve the same message.
Because it makes it unlikely that it's actually the independent. Well, so first of all, they all have different goals, which you should know going into it. Like that the purpose of the author of Matthew is not the same thing as like the purpose of the author of Mark. It's strange that there's so much overlap. But I have been talking to you for a while. Do you have anything else for me, or should I move on to the next guest?
I guess there's your defense was really, I feel like you attacked what I was saying with this idea of there not being any sufficient evidence of the thing. You never answered the Homer's question.
I answered it twice. Do you want the answer for a third time?
No, because I gave you the analogy of like historic evidence that has been found, like things have been found, and you weren't able to tell me where the stuff that you were finding was found when the New Testament.
Wait, which specific thing did I not tell you?
I told you how many documents.
Wait. That's not what I asked. I asked you what specific thing was I not able to tell you?
Where those were sourced from.
Where what was sourced from?
I asked you, you said that there was like sign off, and you said because somebody else quoted that the person was apparently there, that was enough evidence for you because it was to give this idea of it gives it more precedence because that person was saying this is the words of blank and blank. That's what you said.
That was so your evidence of me not answering something is the time I asked you a question?
You didn't ask. You didn't actually answer the question. I told you
wait, what's the specific question that I didn't answer?
That you wanted me to find like a signature on the Gospel of Mark, the Gospel of Matthew, Gospel of Luke, Gospel of John. And then when I asked you about Homer's Iliad, you said you were going to find a source, never found it.
Wait, but I didn't. So first of all, you never asked for a source for that. But second of all, that's not my answer. Wait, hold on. My answer was not that he signed it. My answer was that it's verified by a wide variety of other historical sources. So you didn't listen the first time, so I told you it a second time. It seems like you didn't listen the second time. So now I'm telling you a third time.
Do they have to be within the exact same era? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they do. I think it's weird and dubious.
That's like academic 101, that is just not true. How are we furthering studies of things that happened eras before of us?
Source?
What do you mean? What do you mean source?
Yeah, can I get the Academia 101 source saying that
things that
in
happened
fact
a long time ago,
you can't that there's not going to be verified by things from the same era?
Absolutely. That's what you just said.
Wait, can I get the source? Because you made a claim. Can I get the source? The fact that the Iliad is written by Homer is verified by tons of people from the exact same era.
Ian, you literally used Wikipedia for your source.
Yeah, and you used two Christian sources. You literally used a Christian forum.
Christian sources. You earlier
Wait,
said.
and I agree that we can like whine and complain, but unfortunately, if you need quick facts, Wikipedia is like a really good place, and it allowed me to get the actual source, the academic source. So you can continue to be a crying quarry, but unless you have another point, I'm going to move on to the next guest.
The point is you're not answering the question. And
I've already answered the homework question multiple times. I can answer it a fourth time if you didn't listen to the third time. I can answer it a fourth time.
Well, you want me to ask you for a source for a 15th time?
Yeah, a source for what? A source for what?
Tell me where Homer signed off.
I never said that Homer signed off.
You said that Mark didn't sign off either, though. But just because
I was asking you for the evidence that because the claim that you were contesting is that they were written anonymously.
I said one was written anonymously.
Oh, okay, wait, but you said I thought you said none were written anonymously, or at least that some of them weren't written anonymously.
I said from what I've actually studied that the Gospel of Mark is the only one that's known written anonymously. And if you want answers of people that were around the time, just read the Bible. The Gospel, watch the disciples walk with Jesus. Those are witness testimonies of the same people from the same.
Oh, wait, so you're saying that okay, gotcha. So you're saying that your witness testimony for the truth of the Gospels is where?
In history.
Oh, in history. That's not the answer you gave 5 seconds ago.
Well, do you think the Bible isn't history? So those people aren't real?
There it is.
The person of Jesus isn't history?
Okay. So I got a question for you about history, the historicity of the Bible.
Okay.
If the flood happened, how did the kangaroos get to Australia?
If the what?
If the flood happened,
yeah.
How did the kangaroos get to Australia?
How did the kangaroos get to Australia? Why? Because they drowned?
Yeah, presumably.
I mean, have you read the story of Noah?
I have, yeah. So I'm just wondering.
So you
but wait, and you keep on instead of answering my question, you're asking me just two questions. So do you want to answer my question? If the flood happened, if that's a historical truth, how did the kangaroos get to Australia? Let's hear it.
They were probably taken over there.
Oh, by who?
Living people. That's not really a hard concept.
When?
Animals live on land. I don't know when. You could
Wait, so then wait. So then how do we have kangaroo fossils from well before humans existed?
well before humans. Dude, I'm not bought in on the whole 23 billion year thing, man.
Oh, I didn't say 23 billion. I think you're confused. I said at least 4.5 billion. So I can tell you how we arrived at the 4.5 billion number, and then you can give a critique of that if you're interested.
I mean,
So, okay, well, I'll just go ahead and explain it to you. So, the way we know that the Earth is at least 4.5 billion years old is because of zircon crystals. Zircon crystals form with no lead inside of them. They're very resistant to forming with lead, which means that any lead that we form from a zircon crystal comes to us via radioactive decay. We know that the thing that radioactively decays into these specific lead isotopes is uranium-238, and we know that the half-life of uranium-238 is 4.5 billion. So we know that we can just compare the ratio of uranium atoms to the ratio of lead atoms in order to find out the date, like the minimum date of the Earth, and we know that it's at least 4.5 billion years old. So which step of that do you reject?
how do you spell zircon?
Zircon.
Like zirconium?
I don't. Zircon.
Yeah, like zirconium. Like,
I have no idea. Maybe
if you don't know,
Zircon. I don't know what
If you don't know-
zirconium is, but I told you how to spell zircon.
so you just explained all that, but you don't know what zirconium is.
Oh, are we just posturing? Like, do you want to hear all the words that you don't know? Are we just playing like, well, I know a word that you don't? Is that what your argument's been reduced to?
That's a mineral, Ian. Found in
Yeah, I'm just asking you. Do you have a critique? Wait, you're trying so hard to pivot to something irrelevant. I'm asking you.
I'm
Do you have a
not. I'm just
critique
looking
of
at
the
the
methodology that I just gave you?
Okay, how about we do this? Let's just fact check. Everybody in the chat can go look up zircon crystal, and nothing comes up.
Zircon crystal? Wait, do you want to do it?
I just typed in Google, what is a zircon crystal? And it says zircon, zirconium, ciliate, mineral found in small quantities in many rocks.
Yeah.
Do we need to run this race?
You really want to do this one?
Sure. Everybody go search zircon. Zircon, zircon crystal.
Here we are.
Yeah, I'm looking at the very same picture.
Yeah.
What about it?
It's a zircon crystal.
But everything you just explained, I find nothing on that here.
Oh, okay, wait. So do you want like zircon crystal, uranium, lead dating? Its crystal structure allows a small amount of tetravalent uranium to substitute for zirconium, but excludes with great efficiency the incorporation of lead.
And that helps me with what?
It's the exact claim that I made, that in the formation of these zircon crystals, they are resistant to forming with lead. And you can like act stupid if you want.
I'm not acting stupid. I'm trying to understand how that fit into that whole spiel that you just said. But then when I questioned it, you got nervous.
Wait, it's not 26. Wait, it's not 2016. You mad?
Asking you the question. What did that whole thing that you said have to do with 4.5 billion years ago?
Okay, because that's the half-life of uranium-238.
The half-life of uranium-238. What are the dots here? How does this connect to the 4.5?
Okay, yeah. So zircon forms when zircon crystals form. They don't form with lead. They're very resistant to forming with lead, which means that all of the lead that's present in a zircon crystal comes from radioactive decay. Radioactive decay of what? For the specific lead that we look at, radioactive decay of uranium-238. We compare the ratio of the molecules of uranium-238 to the molecules of the lead that it decays into. And then from that, we're capable of calculating based on half-lives, the age of the crystal. And we find that the Earth is at least 4.5 billion years old.
Dude, okay, and so this is data leveling on this lead from this half-life proves that, and we dated it how? How is this dated?
Oh, that's just math at that point. Jessica, thank you so much for the $6.66 on Venmo. Hail, Jessica. Hail, 666. Hail, Satan. I appreciate that,
Explain a
Jessica.
little bit
Big
about
W,
the.
Jessica, in the comment
Before you
section.
explain, what do you mean when you're talking about it's a half-life?
A half-life?
Yeah.
So for a given sample of like atoms or elements, it's the time at which half of them are expected to have decayed.
Okay. Method commonly applied to zircon, which incorporates U in the TH but rejects PB during crystallization. The method relies on two decaying series. Half-life of 4.47 billion years old. Okay, so where do these crystals come from?
You want me to tell you where these crystals they form
Out of nothingness?
out of the atoms around them, which is why they form with things like uranium and all the other stuff that zircon tends to form with, like thorium, but they don't form with lead.
Okay,
Do you want
great.
like the name of the
I
process
just
that
asked-
forms zircon crystals? I mean, I can get you that information if you want.
Well, I was just asking about like how it formed in a void. So where did it come from? Like where did
It's not a void. They form on the planet Earth.
Okay, so you're saying that the planet Earth needed to exist through these zircon crystals. That was the beginning.
So
of it.
originally formed by crystallization from a magma or in metamorphic rocks.
And the first thing that ever existed was the zircon crystal.
That's not what I said.
Well, I'm trying to understand so the only way we know how old the Earth is from these zircon.
So because this is the method of dating that gives us like the minimum age of the Earth. The Earth is at minimum 4.5 billion years old. We don't have a dating method in terms of geology that goes back farther, which means in all likelihood it's probably even older than that. But we know it's at least 4.5 billion years old.
That is wild.
Well, do you have like a critique of it?
It feels like a lot of like busy work to get to something that like doesn't really seem. I mean, I understand the breakdown. I'm reading it right here. It's right in front of my face. It just feels like it takes a lot more to believe that than to believe a lot of other things.
I mean, all it takes for you to believe in that, yeehaw, thank you so much, is just some basic facts about nature, basic facts about how zircon crystals are formed, basic facts about the half-life of specific elements. All you need to come to this conclusion is just a couple basic facts about reality and some math.
Yeah, I guess I'm just not buying it because I'll study it and I'll come back and talk about it, but like this, the breakdown just
Yeehaw! Thank you so much, Stanks.
It just seems far-fetched, man.
I have no idea what about this is far-fetched.
There's just been so many studies, dude, on these like predating scientific methods that have like fallen through the cracks, and this one feels like a long shot.
I have no idea why you think it feels like a long shot. It's literally just math. If you accept math and you accept that we're doing like basic chemistry right, then
Sure.
you also accept that we're doing this right.
Yeah, it just seems really long-winded.
Just because something is long-winded doesn't mean that it's wrong. In fact, I don't know, I think that like we should prefer the explanations which are true regardless of the length of their wind. I mean, your theory, I just want to be clear, your theory is literally that 8,000 years ago, God said abracadabra.
But that seems, a creator seems more likely than just randomness.
But we're talking about in terms of like the age of the earth.
Yeah, but even if
that in 7 days, God just said abracadabra, alakazam, hocus pocus, and then just created like all this stuff.
Why is that crazy?
That's a lot more improbable than saying that the earth changes slowly but steadily and that it's existed for at least 4.5 billion years.
It's just hard to believe with as quick as the earth is decaying that It's existed for 4.7 billion years.
Decayed in what sense? Decaying via like climate change? Well, that's just going to be because of
Climate
humans.
change, volcanoes, tectonic plates, natural disasters, dude. Like,
Well, wait, so all these things get worse by climate change, and climate change is driven by humans.
that's not just by climate change alone.
Well, a lot of the natural disasters are made much worse by it. Earthquake, like
Sure,
they're
but
also made worse by like other things. So, for example, climate change affects the polar vortex, which leads to blizzards. Fracking leads to earthquakes. There's lots of ways that the Anthropocene has affected the rate at which these things occur.
yeah, no, I hear you. I'm just saying, it just feels really hard for me to think that, like, with the process of decay, erosion, Earth not standing up to like the test of time and things like literally getting, oh my gosh, things just becoming lesser of the strength that they had in their originality over time. 4.7 billion years is a long time for things to just kind of fade away.
Yeah, and then of course humans came about. That's what changed. Is humans. Humans are destroying the Earth.
Sure. And so you're saying that, okay, so we're destroying Earth. So will it then at some point, are we going to fully destroy the Earth?
It's not going to no longer exist. We're going to fully destroy or at least we're going to massively reduce its ability for life to exist. So the Earth will be fine. The Earth's it's just a big rock. It's not going anywhere. Us, on the other hand, all the other species who rely on the delicate balance of the ecosystem, on the other hand, these are the things that won't be here anymore.
So then what's the point of keeping it preserved?
So that doesn't happen.
But if it doesn't matter, and like if none of that stuff matters in the end, it's just all going to be that, and then what's the point?
Because it would be better if people didn't die horribly, because you should care about sentient beings and the harm that they endure. That climate change causes all of these things to get a lot worse.
Sure, but I'm saying if the longevity is like we know we're going down this, I guess, deep dark path.
If you know you're going to die one day, does that mean I can kill you right now?
Absolutely.
Okay. What's the home address?
That would be crazy.
Oh, but if it's absolutely fine for someone to kill you, then drop the home address.
That's what I'm saying. No, it's not. I'm not saying that at any point. Like I'm not saying I don't want to live. I'd actually be okay with dying. I know where I'm going, so I'm not scared.
Yeah, then drop the home address.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's not about me. You're making.
You are scared, and that's okay to be scared. I wouldn't give my home address. Fuck, I don't want to die. Certainly, but I'm not making the claim that I'd be fine with dying.
I'm not scared of dying. I personally don't care about dying, but I have a family, so I'm not going to just give my home address, especially with the kind of people that are on these kind of things. So I could care less. Like if I died today, everyone got in a car accident. It's great. Like
okay,
my time to go.
Do you want to? I mean, if you don't care, then would you be willing to get euthanized?
Sure.
Okay. So if I started like a GoFundMe to get you euthanized, you would do it?
Sure, man. If that's what it would take to prove to you that like there's just some things that I think that you can't fully prove, then sure.
All right, you hear that, chat? All right, we'll get the GoFundMe up and going.
You won't, though. That's the thing.
How do you know?
Start it now. Do it right now while we're online, then.
Okay. I will. How much does it cost?
No. How much does it cost? Just start it, dude.
To euthanize a person. Are you in the U.S. or Canada?
I'm in Africa.
Okay. Do you have health insurance?
Of course.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Wait, so it's probably only like $50 then. I can front that right now.
My out of pocket is crazy too.
Yeah, I'll just front it.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Wait. Let's just like set up the death date, and I can just do it out of pocket.
That's great. So you have death on your hands. How do you feel?
Listen, no, it's not a murder. You wanted it. You're okay with it. You don't mind
Just because
it.
I wanted it doesn't mean it's not murder.
That is what that means.
No,
If
it's
it's
not.
medically, it's not murder. It's a suicide.
If the cops come, and I have somebody laying on the ground bleeding out because I just shot them, and they're like, "Well, did you shoot them?" I'm like, "Yeah, but they wanted it." Do you think they're going to be like,
That's why. That's why we're getting you like medically assisted euthanasia if you don't care about dying.
I guess so, man.
All right. Well, we'll be in contact about your death date.
All right, sounds good, dude.
All right. Do you have anything else?
You know, at the end of the day, number 13 Burger King lettuce. You know what I'm saying?
Number 13, Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you want in your Burger King is somebody else's foot fungus.
I'll see you, dude.
I'll see you later. Make sure you're double tapping on that screen, sharing it with your friends. Let's get all the way up to 80K likes. Drop a follow, do all that good stuff so you never miss a debate in the future. If you're in that guest request box, make sure that you believe in God, or that you believe in the God of the Bible, Torah, or Quran, that you have an argument which does not involve personal experience, and that you are 18 or older. If that's not the case, then don't request to join. And if you want to support the stream, the Venmo's allegedly-ian, and the Cash App is just allegedly Ian. Both are in my bio. Appreciate any and all support. Share it with your friends, do all that good stuff. If you're 18 or older, you want to join the community, there's a link to the Discord in my bio. I notify you every time I go live, so you'll never miss a live because you'll always be notified. It's discord.gg/allegedly-ian. Thank you all so much, Anna and Clipazine. What's up, Hannah? How's it going?
I rebuke you in the name of Jesus Christ.
Well, how old are you?
I'm your daddy.
Oh, you sound like 16. I'm probably just going to move on to the next one. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus Christ. Dash nerd emoji. No, that's ironic. I already know. You can't roast me comments. I already know that that's ironic. But again, the Discord link is discord.gg/allegedly-ian. You might need to just go into the app and do it that way. What's up? How's it going, Drops?
Yeah. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 33.
Yeah, and what religion?
You want to know? Honestly, I'm a little weird. I was raised Protestant, a lot of Christian, but mainly Protestant as my mother. But I looked at a lot of the religions throughout the world. You know, when you're raised one religion, I'm kind of a little bit open-minded.
I'm just asking what religion you currently believe in.
All right. Currently, I believe in God. Protestant, they don't really believe in Jesus Christ. So I would say Protestant if I had to pick. Protestant.
You think Protestants don't believe in Jesus?
No, they don't not believe in Jesus. They just, one moment, let's slow it down. All right. Protestants just don't believe Jesus is God. So I won't say that I don't believe I'm a Protestant, because you never know. But I definitely believe in God. Whether who's a prophet and who's not, we could get into that a little bit later. But as far as God, the Almighty Creator of everything, we'll start there.
Protestants do believe that Jesus is God. To be clear, Protestants do think
prophet. That's
no. They think he's God. Otherwise, that's heresy. That's not heresy. That's blasphemy.
Oh, I'm thinking you can see me. You can't see me. Okay, so I can do what I do. Thank you. All right. But it can be Father, Son, Holy Ghost. I believe. I do. That's my mother's thing. But as far as me, it's a little bit different. I believe in God. I spoke to God. I speak to God. When I spoke to him, just in case I was wrong, when I pray, I say in Jesus' name and in God's name I pray. But I would like to get back to certain pinpoints, if that's okay with you.
Wait, do you believe in the God of the Bible?
Yes. Definitely.
Okay. Yeah. So what's your strongest argument? What's your strongest argument for the existence of God, which does not involve personal experience?
Okay. First, I want to say this. You're fucking awesome. A part of my land. I'm me.
That's
You are
okay.
cool as shit for putting this up here just to give a platform to share ideas, thoughts, and debate. A
Aw,
lot of
that's
people are
sweet.
not brave. A lot of people are not brave enough or open-minded enough to do that. So that was cool
Aw,
first, I
it's
thought I'd
very
say.
kind.
Yeah, because then another thing with God is everybody, anyone always has an open door toward God. All you have to do is accept, and go toward Him. You see God how you see God. You speak to Him how you speak to Him. And
I think that that's a
I,
problem, though. So, because I'm open to a relationship with God, and if God is open to a relationship with me, the only thing that I would need for a relationship with God is to know that God exists. But there isn't sufficient evidence to come to the conclusion that God exists.
okay, really quick side note: you have a mother.
I do.
Do you ever have any think about killing your mom and you hate your mom and just I want you to
No.
die immediately if
I
you could
love my
protect her
mom. No,
and
of
had
course
to
not.
one of you two had to give
No.
your lives.
No, absolutely not.
When you got to the point when you said, you know what, I'm big enough and I could beat you to the pulp,
No.
mom. Would you do that?
No.
So
Of
that
course
so
not.
those are little encoded things that you didn't have to be taught. They just are instilled in you. But
Did
that's
did
just for that.
you did you have this experience?
I don't think anybody, I think that's something that has to be like really like somebody has to tell you that you have to be tricked into that. Because I don't think any human being with the right coding from God would think that it's inside. He's inside of you already. It's a part of you.
Yeah,
He's a
I
part
think that
of you.
there's probably like evolutionary reasons for this. That
Okay.
evolutionarily we're like disincentivized. There's like good reason why
I
you
want to
wouldn't want
go
to
back to what you
unalive your
said
mom.
prior, because I sent you a whole bunch of fire emojis. You guys were speaking, and what was it that you said? You said, what was it? Pardon me for thought for a moment. I almost got sidetracked from our conversation. You said, or you guys were talking about, not to single you out, you said, as far as, damn it, I'm trying to hurry up and it's making me look. One moment. You said when they came to God and coming into being and everything, it was planets, You didn't say it in this way, but basically planets, magma. What is that crystal? I never heard what you
Zircon?
the
Yeah, that the Earth is
zircon. What is
4.5
that?
billion years old,
But zircon, because
or
I'm a
at least
geek and I
4.5
love
billion.
learning. So a zircon is at least 4.5 billion. That's a zircon. The definition is a time frame. That's what a
No,
zircon is.
zircon is a type of crystal. It's like a mineral.
Okay, because that's what I thought. And could you explain that a little bit further to me?
Oh, it's just not really relevant to the argument at this point.
Okay, okay,
If it
okay,
if it
good.
becomes
I
relevant,
just wanted to
otherwise,
make sure.
if you just wanna ask me about like a science fact, you should
Oh
join my
no,
Discord and you can
oh,
ask me about
I'm
science facts there.
you need to get out of here because I'm definitely already gonna do that stuff.
Yeah,
You are
appreciate
open
that.
spirit. I
But
love it.
do you have? Yeah,
So
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I
But do you
do,
have?
and there's where the debate starts now.
Yeah.
So you
Okay,
guys sat
gotcha.
down and you said zircon and all of that, and it started from this and that and the third. And now my argument against that would, well, not against, but my thesis would be consciousness. We're living beings, we're conscious. So everything that we see comes from consciousness. Consciousness seeks itself more. So basically, we all exist from. You ever heard of the? Sorry if I'm not. I did not expect to be even bump into you. You heard of the flower of life before, right?
The what?
Flower of life. One of the
No.
oldest symbols known to man, all found all around the world. Look into that. You would definitely like that. Flower of life. So basically, it's a sequence of circles that intertwine with each other. And when you mathematically put it all together, one is spirit comes into the same equivalent of your eye, but it starts with spirit, and that's kind of where it goes. So
Wait,
when
wait, wait. But what's the evidence that spirit exists?
the evidence that spirit exists is consciousness to a
Okay.
point.
Well, I
I
think
need to say that
consciousness
better. I see what
comes.
you're asking me. I see
Will,
what you're
thank you
asking
so
me.
much for the $2 on Cash App. For how many rips off the cart did he take? I
And
have
I
no idea.
definitely have to give you
Um,
something too, because I'm usually way better, and it's just a
you're
crazy.
chilling. You're doing all right. Don't even worry
Thank
about
you.
it.
I'm trying not to
Yeah.
waste your time.
But what's
Okay.
the? So I think that consciousness comes
Point.
from the brain. I don't think it comes from spirit.
Okay, consciousness comes from the brain, not from the spirit. So this is where I'll go. All right. As far as spirit, it is scientific scientific fact that is, well, scientists have studied that when you die, a certain amount of weight leaves your body when you die. There are
No, this
things
study
when
is
you
like
what is it?
widely mocked. That's not true.
I would need to see because what I've looked at when it was studied, that's why it's called the
Yeehaw! Thank you so
paranormal.
much, Mog.
Ghost stuff like that,
Mm-mm.
everything paranormal, out of body experiences, things that they could actually say that's happened in the room when people died that actually been studied and happened and watched. That those are actual things that actually happened. So there's no way to explain what
Okay.
happened
Yeah. So wait,
in your
wait.
body, out of your body, where you can see everything in the room. So
Okay, wait,
that
hold on. But I just want to
already.
talk about the like you lose weight for a second. I'll read you a passage from something. McDougall's
What
experiment has been rejected by the scientific community, and he has been accused of both flawed methods and outright fraud in obtaining his results.
And
And
what
there's
was
also
those
only six
flawed
patients in it.
methods we would have to go to? Because we could also go to flawed methods that turned out to not be, that were called flawed or inaccurate, that now we use today, such as, what is it? The world's flat.
Such as the
No,
what?
that's the world's flat. Okay,
The world's
nobody,
flat?
yeah, nobody can study it. Nobody can do anything. You'll fall off the edge. Then years later, we sit down with your satellites and we'll look into it. Or as far as God, we'll sit down. There's passages inside of the Bible that it's impossible to understand until we got this scientifically advanced.
Do you
Now we
think the
can
world?
look.
Wait, I'm so sorry. Do you think the world is flat?
Oh, well, the world apparently is round because of satellites and everything, but it could, but you never know. But as far as we weren't able to go out to space to see it, but I'm a geek, so I'm sticking with the, well, not sticking. I know stars, space, globe, but I'm open minded. But that's what I know. Planets,
Do
round
you?
Earth.
We're just a bit all over the place. I'm confused as to how any of this means that God exists.
Okay, God exists. How do I? What's my best argument? God
Okay, I'll
exists
I'll, I'll
on the
ask. I'll just
fact
ask you
that
like a. I'll ask you a basic question.
spirit. So we went through spirit. You went to debate. You put your study. I should have definitely prepared than just jumping on, but it's understandable.
Do you wanna come back later when you're better prepared?
Okay, ask a question. I'll put forth something because I don't know where to kind of start. So let's try to refresh without a speedy start. You ask a question.
Yeah,
What's your
sure.
What's your
If
thing?
God's all good, then why are there some kids with cancer? Why would God allow a kid to be unalived by cancer?
Because there's a such thing that when we were created and he breathed life into us, which was a part of his spirit, when he breathed life into us, he gave us the ability of free will. Free will means that we could also create and we could do what we want to do. And you can do good with it or bad.
So whose cancer is whose free will is cancer a result of?
Because Cain was also able to kill Abel.
And that's
There's
when
free will.
cancer entered the world, when Cain
Oh
killed Abel?
no. Sorry, I just put it as an example for the first question. Now the second question you asked.
Yeah. Whose free will is cancer a result of? Thank you so much for the 1 month for the extension of your 1 month subscription. AO line in the comments. Appreciate that.
So the people who were question one more time. Whose free will was
does
cancer the
cancer come
result of?
from? Yeah.
Okay. Was cancer the result of? The people who wanted to be in power, the greedy people
Oh,
that wanted
okay.
to be in control. That's
So
their free will.
how would you explain the fact
That's
that we have
where Satan and stuff, all of that comes in.
how would you explain the existence of dinosaur bones that have cancer on them under this theory?
I haven't heard that. Honestly, I can't debate you on that. I
Yeah.
will look into it. That's the thing?
Yeah, there's we have
When did
dinosaur
this?
bones from 77 million years ago that have cancer.
Who
They have
did that
bone
study?
cancer. What?
Where was that study done?
I can pull it up for you if you want. I can just give you like a website if you're interested.
Yes, please.
Dinosaur
Wait,
bone
sorry.
with
Hold on. I
cancer.
literally almost forgot to follow you.
Osteosarcoma
And
Institute.
follow me back too.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that would be cool. Oh, and especially on a better note, but
Yeah, let's definitely do it some other time.
yeah,
Unless you have
give me one moment. Okay, so free will, greed. Dinosaurs had cancer. Okay, maybe eating things weren't supposed to be eaten. There's always a biological thing toward that. I also believe in science. That's the weird part. I believe in science too. Eat the wrong things, you're in the wrong habitat, pushed into places, cancer cells divide. That science exists. Science definitely exists. I'm not disputing
yeah.
that science exists. It exists, but when we're smart enough to know how to cancel that out. And also smart enough to know if I make someone sick, that I can also bring the remedy and get paid for it. Aspirin. Aspirin in itself comes from a leaf, but somebody
Wait,
wanted
but
to get
I'm
paid and you
asking
can't
you.
pay.
I'm so sorry.
The leaf
I'm
comes
just asking you. How would you explain dinosaurs with cancer?
eating the wrong things or pushing in the wrong environment. Maybe it was a bad environment.
Why
Or
would
look,
God make it
why did
such
they
that these
die?
things would cause cancer?
They went extinct. They went extinct. We're still figuring out the reason. Asteroids,
We
whatever. It could be anything. It could be nuclear
it
fusion
was
off a high powered
it was an
thing.
asteroid. It was a
Okay.
we know the reason.
Okay. Well, it's still a theory. It's not the exact reason.
Yeah, I mean, you just need to come up with a compelling explanation for what the crater is containing all the iridium in Mexico and what all the fossils are that are dated to the exact same time as the crater and like what the boundary is that from when the world goes from not having lots of iridium to suddenly having lots of iridium, how this all happened at the exact same time, and also keep in
Well,
mind that
that what
asteroids
is
have
that?
lots of iridium. You just need to explain those
Nigeria,
things.
Nigeria. Well, we have a lot of. They have a lot of that over there. Asteroids that could bring that from other places. But still,
Nigeria?
God, what is it? That is that Nigeria?
Nigeria?
It's in Africa. We have like
What?
mountains of it. Or am I thinking
Asteroids
uranium?
asteroids come from
Outer
outside
space.
places.
And then they
Yeah.
land here. That's
Then
why
this one
it's
landed in
mainly
Mexico.
okay, which is possible. Now
There's
my
literally
thing
the
is
crater.
God, now back to God. God made us. We hold domain over everything else.
Wait, so
That's
why
the
would
so
God okay, wait, but I'm just curious, why would dinosaurs have cancer under your view?
and how does that prove that God doesn't exist again?
Yeah, because that would just mean that God's like super evil for making cancer.
Okay, I got you. I like that. Not you. Well, natural things happen. Fusion, bonding, sometimes wrong chemicals getting wrong places. Just how science works.
Yeah,
It
but why would
happens.
God
If
makes?
you take nail polish, if you take nail polish or nail polish glue or nail glue and you put it on a rug, they don't belong together. It could catch fire if you put enough. Is it supposed to be there? No. Just because they exist don't mean it was existed to be something bad or wrong. Maybe it just was put in the wrong place. If you choose to move something there, then that'll happen. But if you leave it be as nature intended, then it will be fine. Like
But I
how
thought you said that
dandelion.
cancer. Wait. But why would God make cancer at all?
Cancer is literally just defective cells. That's what cancer is,
Yeah, why
defective
would God make it
cells.
such that cancer can exist at all?
That's a good thing. I like that. Well,
Yeah,
because it's gonna make me think. Why?
yeah.
That's almost like me asking you, how can anything come? Do you believe in science? Do you like science?
I do. I love science. I have 2
Okay,
scientific degrees.
that's why I literally followed you. I
Ah, that's
figured,
very sweet of
yeah,
you.
it makes it hard in the God community for me sometimes. But all right, so put it like this: some things naturally occur. Why would God create?
Wait, you're pretty far from your microphone. Your audio is getting really bad.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Better?
yeah.
Okay, because I'm on a headphone. I can take it off if need be. You think it'll be better if I take it off?
I have no idea.
Let me see. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Is it better?
it was fine. Either one of them is fine.
Okay, so I'll put the headphone back in. Okay. We should be connecting. Connected. All right. So, cancer, why would he even make it where cancer makes up? It could be evolution. It could be, well, I don't really like the evolution theory. But if you eat the wrong diet, you do the wrong things, you can get sick. Why?
Why
That's
would
not
God
like the.
make it that way for cancer?
Oh, you mean poof and everything's fine? Why is he
Yeah,
not
like why
just
why
a
wouldn't God just
poof?
like
That's what you're
heal?
asking.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, like why wouldn't God want to
Yeah.
heal these things of cancer?
Yeah. You're basically asking, why doesn't he just poof and make everything better?
Yeah, why not? Because
Growth.
you can do everything
Growth.
100% right
He
and still
gave
get
a
cancer.
blueprint. He gave a blueprint.
Yeah,
He
and was
sat, he
cancer a
made
part of
everything, and
that?
he went, look, I'm telling you now. He sat and he
Yeah.
went, hey, if you eat this, this is good. Don't eat that. It's like leaving
Did
the
he
kids
give the
at the.
dinosaurs a guide?
I'm gonna tell you this. If he basically is like dad and the kids at the house.
Wait. But
Here's
when
your.
did he tell the dinosaurs?
But I would like to. I would let because this is. I'm more
Wait,
like
I'm
a
asking you a question.
reality person.
When did he tell the dinosaurs this? When was this information relayed to the dinosaurs?
Yeah, but they're not his children. When you're outside,
So it's
when
okay to
you're at, do
give
you have
cancer
kids?
to not
Do
his
you have
children?
do you have kids?
No.
Okay. Well,
Do
I
you have
could be a dick
kids?
to you. I could be a dick to you
Do you
right
wait, do you
now,
wait, do you
but
wait,
I
do, wait,
will
wait, wait,
wait. I want
I
to
need
say
to
it
know for
first.
the sake of
Can I
humanity.
please say it first? Can I
For the
please say
sake
it
of
first? You're
humanity, do
gonna
you have
say what I'm
kids? I
about
need
to
to know
say.
if you have
See,
kids.
you're ruining it. I wanted to say it because you were gonna ask me what I was gonna say first. I was gonna say, and I don't have kids either. So that was the thing.
Thank God for
But
that one. God, that one might have made me a Christian.
I raised kids. I did. I lost my daughter. Honestly, that's why.
Oh, I'm really
It's
sorry to
alright.
hear that.
No, because she is good. I see it. I asked her reject and stuff like that. So
That's like no, that's like super terrible. I'm really sorry about that.
yeah, it fucking sucks. But at the same time, it helps knowing spirit, and God and everything. But
Well, it sounds like you're.
what I would say, you keep cutting me off every time I try to get to the point. Then you go,
Yeah,
and
wait,
I'm kind of in that state.
and I'm so sorry, but it sounds like your religion's like deeply personal to you, and I just don't really want to take that from you if it like really helps you through stuff. I'm sorry, I typically don't debate with people if they have like a really personal reason like that. But otherwise, make sure you're double tapping on that screen, sharing it with your friends, dropping a follow as well, so you never miss a debate in the future. Um, if you want to support the stream, the Venmo is allegedly-ian, and the Cash App is just allegedly Ian. If you want to support the stream, the Venmo is allegedly. I just said that one. But if you're in that guest request box, make sure that you're 18 or older, that you believe in the God of the Bible, Torah, or Quran, and that you have an argument which does not involve personal experience. And with that, we'll go to the very next guest. Hey, what's up? How's it going?
Hello, can you hear me?
Barely. How old are you?
I'm 22.
Yeah, and what religion?
Christian.
Yeah, so what's your strongest argument for the existence of God that does not involve personal experience?
How do you think we came to be?
What stage? How did the universe come into existence? How did life come into existence? How did life turn into humans? Which part are you interested in?
Life.
Yeah, so the evidence seems to indicate a process of abiogenesis whereby we know all these things are capable of happening naturally. So all it would take is for a molecule to come together. That is, Akona, thank you so much for the $1 on Cash. I appreciate that. A molecule that comes up that has the ability to self-replicate and also has a metabolism. That's all it would take for the formation of life.
So you think Adam and Eve were made by molecules?
I don't think Adam and Eve existed.
Why not?
Because we came from multiple. So the thing that preceded us was called. Wait. The thing that preceded Homo sapien is Homo erectus, and Homo erectus as a species gradually evolved into Homo erectus or into Homo sapien. There was not like a specific point where there was just like two humans. It was a gradual process of change.
You see how complex that sounds, though? Like, you really believe in that?
Thank you so much for the $1.66 or 66 cents on Venmo for Ethene. Thank you, Ethene. Appreciate that. So meta. I'm so sorry. Just because it's complex doesn't mean that it's not true. Also, I don't know. It's like much more believable than like one day God said abracadabra, and then the next day he said hocus pocus, and then the day after that he said alakazam, and that continued for 6 days, and then on the 7th day he was out of mana. I don't know. That's like much more in line scientifically with what we know.
Out of the vision of him.
I just don't think that. What's your evidence for that?
What do you mean, the Bible?
Oh, okay. And what's your evidence that the Bible's true?
Say that again.
What's your evidence that the Bible's true?
What are you holding up?
Don't worry about it. I just want to know what your evidence is that the Bible's true. Oh, I accept your surrender. Folded like a chair, scrambled like an omelet, reformatted like a hard drive. Get your ankles absolutely shattered. You will never debate again. If you're in that guest request box, make sure that you're 18 or older, that you believe in the God of the Bible, Torah, or Quran, and that you have an argument which does not involve personal experience. If you want to support the stream, the Venmo is allegedly-Ian, and the Cash App is just allegedly Ian. Both are in my bio. As we go to the very next guest, if you want to join the community, if you're 18 or older, you can join the link to the Discord in my bio.
Hey, how's it going?
Doing well. How old are you? Are you a real doctor, or is this stolen valor?
Yes, I am. I just wanted to say,
what's your doctorate
in? I'm 39 years old, and I love what you're doing, and this is awesome, and like, it's fun,
Yeah.
Christian something like that.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's cute, and I love
Yeah.
it.
What religion are you?
I grew up like Christian, and I'm not anymore. Like you
Okay,
are.
so do you still believe in God?
I do actually. I don't know. There's something
Okay,
about
so
it. It's a little magical. It feels magical. Do you
but do
feel
you
me?
believe in like the God of the Bible, Torah, or Quran?
It's these things. Like I have songs that I literally make about it. You should check it out. Half Handed
Oh,
Cloud.
what? You don't no free clout. No free clout. Mm-mm. Hey, what's up? How's it going?
So what do you say is the biggest argument that there isn't a God?
It depends what religion you are.
No religion in particular.
Okay.
Like if you had to make a case that there's no God, what would your strongest argument be?
Oh, so it depends what you mean by God. So if by God you mean a being who is all good, all powerful, all knowing, who created everything, who is like an immaterial mind, and that's just going to be the problem of natural evils. The existence of natural disasters aren't compatible with an all good God who loves us. The existence of malaria is not compatible with an all good God who loves us. The existence of cancer is not compatible with an all good God who loves us.
But wouldn't you say even if God is all good, why does His creation has to be, how can I say, that it needs to be all good as well?
So the reason for that is just going to come down because the total amount of goodness in the world cannot decrease. That an all good God wouldn't take actions that cause ungoodness to come into existence. That if you have goodness before, then you're also going to have goodness after. Insofar as you think God is the source of goodness, then all things that are good need to be characteristics that are present in God, and He's only capable of making these things.
But wouldn't that be putting a limit on God on what He can create?
Oh, you need to put a limit on God, otherwise you run into like horrific problems. Like at that point, the strongest argument against God is just that it just becomes the rock. Like, can God make a rock that's so heavy He can't lift it? If you make God truly unlimited, like that He can't even like logical contradiction that He can do logical contradictions, then the strongest argument against God is that He's nonsense.
So what's your background?
Uh,
Like, do you grow up Christian? Or?
yeah, I was born Christian. Yeah.
So what made you, how do I say, not be a Christian anymore?
The rock, the rock argument. If God can make a rock that's so heavy He can't lift it. Someone asked me when I was like 13 if God could do that, and then it just collapsed my worldview.
So you wouldn't say particularly it was the doctrine of the Bible or Christianity as a whole?
I wouldn't say what?
You wouldn't say you had any problem with the Bible as a whole?
Oh, no, I do, because now that I've looked into it more, the Bible is completely indefensible. It calls for the unaliving penalty for children in Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy, reaffirmed by Jesus in Mark and Matthew. It says that you should beat your kids like 6 times in Proverbs. God literally calls for the unaliving of children in 1 Samuel 15:3, and also calls for the unaliving of children when He calls for the Amalekites to be purged. It just seems like God hates kids, which is incompatible with a God who loves everyone.
I also kind of have a problem with that because, how Christians would usually say that Jesus is all loving, but when you read Revelations, then it's almost like He's coming back for revenge.
Well, okay, wait, but do you believe in God, or because I'm only looking for debates?
No, I do believe in God.
Okay, so which God do you believe in?
Islamic concept of God.
Okay, so I think the strongest argument against your God is just the problem of hell. That your book is like super clear that if you're a non-believer, you're going to hell. So I'll just ask you a pretty basic question. Is a just punishment?
Actually, you only go to hell if you have been exposed to what Islam is. So you're not held accountable in Islam if you haven't received the message of Islam.
Oh, that doesn't matter for the argument. argument's the same, even if that is true. So, do you agree that a just punishment is proportional?
Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so that the punishment you give to someone for their infraction, their wrongdoing, their crime needs to be like somewhat similar in the level of harmfulness that it is. That it would be unjust, for example, if like somebody stole a candy bar and then you unalived them, that would be unjust because it's disproportional. The punishment doesn't fit the crime. I don't know, maybe like a more just punishment would be that the kid has to like pay back the store owner. That would be a just punishment for that kind of crime.
Well, you don't particularly get, how can you say, punished for something that you've done that might not be according to religion, because you do get a period of time to ask for forgiveness or to correct your wrong with whatever individual you done.
So where does it say that in the Quran?
I can find you a verse.
Yeah, wait, so you're saying like in the afterlife you can still repent?
Oh, you're talking about afterlife, after you
yeah, in the afterlife. So I'm just asking you, is a just punishment proportional?
Yes, because you get punished for exactly what you done.
Okay. Oh, yeah, perfect. So you agree that like the level of punishment needs to be similar to the infraction, like the crime that you've committed?
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. So is infinite torture forever proportional to the crime of not believing?
The thing is, like I said, you only get judged on what was revealed to you or what you are aware of.
even if someone told you about Islam and you still didn't believe it, is not believing in something is not believing in an imaginary friend proportionate to getting tortured forever?
The thing is, you only get, like I said, it depends on, like, you can talk to someone that's not knowledgeable on Islam and they can explain to you, and you might not, at that particular time in your life, understand the complete message of Islam, so you won't be held accountable for that.
Cool, but I'm just asking you, is it proportional if you're an unbeliever, if somebody has given you the message and
you completely
still
understood the
you're
message?
unconvinced by the arguments? If that's the case, if you've heard all the arguments and you just don't find them very convincing, would it be proportional to torture you forever?
Well, I think if you really looked into Islam, then you would see that there is enough evidence for that.
I've looked into Islam. There's not enough evidence.
So, what about Islam would you say you disagree with?
Oh, so it says that Muhammad split the moon. That didn't happen. Wow. So if Muhammad split the moon, why wouldn't we have accounts of this from literally every civilization on the planet?
Well, there is other civilizations that has recorded.
Yeah, which one?
I'm gonna have to. Honestly, I can't give you the references now. But if you give me like a minute or two to just
I can tell you which one you're referencing.
I can do that.
So what happened? The only thing that's like even kind of sort of similar is that there was like an Indian king who had a dream about the moon splitting in half, not on the same day, but within the same time period as was reported. But that's not the same thing as the moon physically splitting in half.
Well, like I said, I can't give you the reference now unless you give me like a minute or two to go check it out and then come back.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, take a minute. Go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57. Yeah? Do you have the source? 57.
Yeah, just wait.
Yep. Make sure you're double tapping on that screen as well while we wait for the person to come back and provide the source. 58. 59. 59 and a half. 59 and 3/4. 59 and 7/8. 59 and 15/16. 59 and 31/32. 59 and 63/64. 59 and 127, 128.
So I have evidence from chat.
59 and 255, 256.
Okay, so you have someone else that also mentioned it.
Yeah. Who also mentioned it? Let's do it. Yeah, I have a math degree. I hope it shows.
The Ming Dynasty.
Oh,
So they
yeah,
also
where? Let's see
mentioned it in
it.
their books.
Yeah, let's see it. Which book?
Pronounce the wording of the book.
What's the name of the book? You can spell it. I did 4 years of Mandarin in high school. I'll know how to pronounce it. $59 and 511, 512s. 59 and 1,027, 1,028s. 59 and I think I fucked the math up. Hold on. God, so we have because I think 512 is correct, and then you multiply that by 2. That's 1024. So 59 and 1020. Oh, also if you're off the app, I can't hear you. Yeah, it's 1024. Yeah, that's my bad. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, because I can't pronounce that the wording.
Yeah, just spell it.
Okay, please.
Yeah, I have a computer science degree too, and look what it did for me. I don't even know my binary. Yeehaw! Thank you so much, Mog. If anybody else wants to support the stream, the Venmo's allegedly-ian. Cash App is just allegedly Ian. I don't know, is there... Ming Dynasty, moon splits in half. All I find when I look into this is...
Okay, so yeah, I have it.
Yeah, what's the spelling?
It's the... Fuck, what is this now? So it's the Ming Dynasty era book.
Which one? What's the... How do you spell it?
H-U...
H-U?
I-H-U-I...
H-U-I-H-U-I...
Z-H-U-A-N...
Z-H-U...
A-N...
Hui Juan? H-U-I-H-U-I-Z-H-U-A-N?
Yes. And
nothing
here's
comes up.
records. There's records of the Koreans as well, and Indians
Wait.
and Persians.
Let's not go to other sources. I can't even find this source.
So it's the biography of that person that I just mentioned now, Hui. They also mention Muhammad's miracle of the splitting of the moon.
Wait, is this an astronomer? Who is this person?
I'm not exactly sure.
Oh, gotcha. So, is this a book? Is this a person? What is this?
It's a biography.
Okay. Okay, wait, biography. Nope, I don't find anything. I'm not sure what you're referencing.
That's what I said. Look, I'm gonna send you. Can I send you a DM?
Do you want to go into my Discord and then drop it there? Because I'm not finding anything. Are you just like reading this off of a website? Maybe you could just give me the website.
It's actually of Meta AI.
What?
Meta AI.
How do you spell that?
MET
MET?
AI.
Meta AI?
Yeah, I got it from Meta AI.
So no shot. So you just like chat GPT'd it?
Yes.
You know this shit just makes it up, right? It just made up a source for you.
How do you mean made up a source? They're literally referencing the
you have
books.
no sources. The AI just made up some sources for you. They're not actually real.
They literally
The
referencing
AI
biographies here.
consistently just tells you lies. Like I just need you to know this. Like I've tried to look up like philosophy things before with it, and I ask it for a source, and it says, "Yeah, here you go. The source is like this book," and then I look it up, and that book doesn't exist. It's not real. It just makes stuff up.
I'm gonna look now if I can find these books actually.
You're not going to be able to. Well, do you have any sources for me, or should I just move on to the next guest?
I think you can move on because I still have to look into this.
All right. Well, appreciate coming on up here. Make sure you're double tapping on that screen, sharing it with your friends while we go to the next guest. If you're in that guest request box, make sure that you're 18 or older, you believe in the God of the Bible, Torah, or Quran, and you have an argument which does not involve personal experience. Hey, what's up? How's it going, Emmy?
Hey.
How old are you?
Yeah, I sound young, right?
Oh, yeah. You can say that one again. Yeah. Next guest. You got to be 18 or older. Sorry. If you want to support the stream, the Venmo is allegedly-ian. Cash App is just allegedly-ian. What's up? How's it going? I accept your surrender. Hey, what's up? How's it going? Hi, how old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay, that was a bit of a delayed response. Just gonna move on to the next one, but make sure you double tap it on that screen still. Let's get all the way up to, I don't know, call it like 120k likes. What's up? How's it going?
Yo,
How old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay, well that delay was a bit too much for me. Let's just get these, I don't know, if that's the case, then maybe we can get to it a bit quick. I'm sorry, I'm paranoid. But if you're in that guest request box, make sure that you're 18 or older and that you have an argument which does not involve personal experience for the existence of the Muslim God, Christian God, or Jewish God. Oop. Hey, what's up, James? How's it going?
Hey,
How old are you?
I'm 22.
Okay. What year were you born?
I was born in 2002.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. What religion?
I'm not a religion. I don't believe in God, but I just wanted to know something quick.
Yeah, what's up?
So, you don't believe in God as well, and I was kind of curious on like your reasons as well, because because I don't know many people that don't.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at the universe, it just looks exactly as it would look. Yeehaw! Thank you so much, Adam. It looks exactly as it would look if God didn't exist. And then there's things that, like, couldn't possibly be explained by, like, if God existed. Like, cancer, earthquakes, malaria.
Yeah,
If God
exactly.
loves us, there's no reason why something like malaria, which has taken the lives of 1 out of every 2 humans who have ever lived, would
Yeah, I
exist.
agree.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's my reason at least.
All right.
But appreciate you coming on up here. If you're in that guest request box, make sure that you're 18 or older, that you believe in the God of the Bible, Torah, or Quran, and that you have an argument which does not involve personal experience. What's up? How's it going? How old are you?
I'm 13, but I just
You gotta
wanted
be
to ask you
18 or
something.
older. Sorry. Protus, thank you so much. I think I saw you in the Discord. That's pretty cool. I always love seeing people from the Discord on the live. It's pretty cool. It's pretty chill. What's up? How's it going? How old are you?
Oh, dang it. All right, I'm sorry, but I didn't hear you.
Yep. You gotta be 18 or older. If you're not 18 or older, don't request to join. But keep on double tapping on that screen, dropping a follow as well if you never want to miss a debate in the future. What's up? How's it going? How old are you? Okay. Damn, it's rough out there. We're having a rough one. We're having a hard go at it. Whoa! Thank you so much for the blooming. That's awesome. What's up, Hood Game Content? How's it going? How old are you? I accept your surrender. Damn, we're not getting fucking anybody. Hey, what's up? How old are you?
Fuck you, dirty ass bitch.
Aw, that's too bad. That's not very demure of you, not very cutesy. Not very mindful.
Not.
What's up? How's it going?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing well. How old are you?
I'm 50 years old.
Yeah, and what religion?
Well, will be.
Okay. Well, what religion are you?
Actually, born and raised Baptist, Southern Baptist, but not so much anymore.
Do you still believe in God?
Yes, I still do. I believe there is a higher power. There's something out there.
But is it the God of the Bible?
Yeah, sorta. I'm kind of on that fence right now. I'm having issues.
Yeah, what's your question?
That there is a God out there. My question is people that don't believe that there's a God out there, why do they always thank you, God, oh my God, help me, God, stuff like that. I don't understand who they're actually thinking and all that when they're doing that.
Yeah.
And I know you done it earlier. You said thank you, God.
Yeah. The reason why people do this is because it's just like a common expression in language. That when I say like, oh my God, or like, God damn it, or like, thank God, my brain doesn't even register that I'm like saying God. The object in my brain that these words are referring to is not like the God object. It's just an expression of emotions. It's like exactly the same as if I were to say like yay or boo, or like wow. It's like the exact same semantical content as that. I don't actually think that God is real. It's just a common stay of language.
Well, that's what I was just wondering because I mean, the God thing says God isn't real. I've seen that, and I was just like, okay, if God isn't real, people that do that, is it just common phrase for more? We have been brainwashed, and it's just automatically there. Like, I didn't know if you actually
not
believed
really
in God as in the Bible or didn't.
No, it's just a common phrase. It's like a figure of speech.
Thank you for your time and explaining that.
Yep, well, thanks so much for coming on up. If you're in that guest request box, make sure that you're 18 or older, that you believe in the God of the Bible, Torah, or Quran, and that you have an argument which does not involve personal experience. What's up?
Hi, I
How's it
didn't
going?
expect to be on here. I just have one more question, if that's okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Do you believe in like a soul or anything like that? And if you don't, why would you like? How would you explain that?
Yeah, I don't believe in a soul because typically what people mean by soul is just like it's pretty nebulous. But I think no matter what you think the soul does, I think you could probably just explain with the brain.
Okay. Well, I was just wondering. I've never really heard you like talk about souls or anything yet. So I was just wondering if you believed in that or if you didn't. So
No, I
that
don't.
was it. I was just
Yep.
wondering.
Yeah, well, appreciate you coming on up here.
You too. But
Yep. Only request to join if you're 18 or older, and if you have an argument for the existence of God, which does not involve personal experience. If you want to support the stream, the Venmo is allegedly-ian. Cash App is just allegedly Ian. Short circuited there for a second. What's up, Patty? How's it going?
Hey, bro. I just want to ask one question that's been always told to me. When there's anything in life in this world, that when there's a creation, there's a creator. You can't tell me anything that's just fallen into this world.
Well, I don't
So
think this
something
universe is a creation.
I'm talking about everything in life. When there's a creation, there's a creator.
Sure. I just don't think that the universe is a. I don't think life is a creation. I don't think the universe is a creation.
Yeah, but you can't tell me everything in this world has just dropped out of here out of nowhere. There's been a creator with something. True.
Depends on what part of the world you're talking about.
I'm talking about everything: cars, tables, chairs.
So these things have creators, but the world itself, does this have a creator?
Something so
I don't think
advanced
so.
something so advanced as the human just came out by chance.
I don't think it's by chance. I think that humans are selected for via natural selection.
Natural selection.
Yeah.
All right, bro. All good.
Yep. Do you got anything else?
Nah, that's all, man. I just wanted to hear your take on on that question.
Well, appreciate it. Damn, I'm still looking for a debate. If you're in that guest request box, only request to join if you believe in the God of the Bible, Torah, or Quran, have an argument that does not involve personal
Hello.
experience. What's up? How old are you?
Me, I'm 18.
What year were you born?
What year? I was born in 2002.
Oh, that's wrong, and also it's like too long. So, that's not 18. Yeah, 1996. What's up? How's it going?
What's going on, man?
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm 22.
Yeah, and what religion?
You said what?
What religion?
Christianity.
Yeah, so what's your strongest argument for the existence of God that does not involve personal experience?
So let's talk about what do you think that human life comes from? Like human emotions, I say, like in a sense. Do you believe that
evolution?
Evolution, yes.
Where do you think it comes from?
Well, so I have a hard time believing that human emotion was just kind of like it was a combination of chemical reactions. Because, whenever you experience love, like an actual feeling of something isn't just like a chemical reaction. Like a rock doesn't just pop up out of nowhere and love the rock right beside it.
Yeah,
You get
because
what I'm saying?
in addition to these chemical reactions, you need a brain. Rocks don't have brains. It's like the activation of specific neural pathways in your brain and the release of specific feeling chemicals that cause this feeling of love.
Okay, so like for instance, right? Everything needs a creator. You know what I'm saying? And
Does God need a creator?
No. Listen. Some people might argue that they don't. You know what I'm saying? As you're arguing right now, some people might say that everything doesn't need a creator, and some people will say, as I am one of the people who will say everything had a creator.
Who's God's creator?
God is eternal. He's always been here. He
Gotcha.
always
So then,
was.
so you're saying that not everything needs a creator?
Well, he stands out the realm of everything. As far as my human perception goes, I can't perceive what God perceives. So whenever I hear eternal, I can never experience eternal because I don't actually know the extent of the word because it is eternal. You know what I'm saying? My head.
So you're just special pleading for your God. You're saying, well, this rule applies to everything, but not God. You couldn't possibly apply this to God. Please don't apply it to God.
It couldn't apply to God. I mean, it couldn't apply to God because God is the only thing that's eternal. Everything else
I think that
isn't
the
eternal.
universe. I think the universe has always existed.
You think the universe is always existing?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean that's fair. You know, I mean that's still being like, even in science, that's still being kind of debated. You
Well,
know,
yeah, but I think that we have evidence to suggest that the universe has always existed.
Okay, so let me ask you this: do you think that there's an end to a universe? Like, as
I don't
far as
know.
like, is there an edge of the universe?
Is there an edge? Yeah. So space is finite. The universe is finite. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so what I'm saying is, God is eternal. He is everything. He is everywhere.
That's your presupposition.
there-
You got to prove that.
You say I have to prove it?
Yeah, prove it.
Well, I prove with His word.
Oh, okay. Wait. So, and what's the evidence that his word is true?
What's evidence that His word is true?
Yeah.
Okay, let me gather that for a second.
Hmm.
The evidence that His word is true, I would say it's the faith that I put in Him.
Okay,
That's
gotcha.
that's really most of the answer that I have for that.
Okay, so faith is just a belief in the absence of evidence. It's pretending to know something that you don't actually know. Why would you
Okay.
want to pretend to know something that you don't actually know?
Okay, well, so then why do you turn on your stove to cook food?
Because I have
with the
evidence
risk
that
of
it's
it blowing
going to
up?
work.
You don't actually.
I don't have faith.
No,
I
you
have
don't have evidence
evidence.
that's gonna work. You
I
just,
do.
You just,
It's worked before.
you have faith.
I do.
Yeah,
I do
so
have
you have
evidence.
faith that it's. So you have faith that it's gonna work again.
No,
right?
I have evidence, not faith. Evidence.
You have evidence that your stove is gonna work 100% every single time.
No, I have evidence that it's going to turn on because it's turned on before. That's not faith. That's evidence.
So let me ask you this: if God has worked before and He's done things in my life before that I have seen,
Oh, I'm not
is
really
it not
interested in. I'm not really interested in personal experience. I think that all these things could be explained just 100% naturally, though.
Okay, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? We can keep personal experience out of it then.
Yep.
But
But why
so,
would you
hold on, let's
want to? Why would you want to believe in something with no evidence for it?
because because of faith. Like,
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
just put
asking
it-
why would you want to have faith in anything insofar as faith is just believing in something in the absence of evidence? Why would you ever want to believe anything with no evidence?
Anything with no evidence, because I believe in what He says to me, in the things that I read. I choose to have these beliefs. Why would I want to? Because I choose.
Yeah, with no evidence, yeah.
Yeah, even with no evidence. You know what I'm saying? We don't have evidence for like a lot of things in this world. I tell you, you know what I'm
Such
saying? The truth
as?
is, I mean, as far as like the what you said earlier, like the vastness of space. You believe space has been around since, eternally. You know, and you don't have any actual evidence for that. You just have
Oh,
theories.
yeah, I do. Wait, you didn't even
yeah.
ask me if I had evidence. I certainly have evidence. I have two pieces. One, I have a killer argument for why time has always existed, why time can't be created. And two, I have the quantum eternity theorem, which just states that time has always existed as like a derivation from the Schrodinger's equations.
Okay. All right. You know what I'm saying? That's fair. But I mean, you are telling me that you have went and studied these things yourself, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, but they're based off of theories of other people, right?
Yeah, but if I wanted to sit down and verify them, I could
Well,
verify all of them.
That means you're putting your faith in the theories of other people.
Not
which,
at all. I have evidence that all physicists aren't lying to me because I have
What?
good friends who are physicists and all the equations are out there. If there's a big discrepancy in quantum mechanics, somebody would have found it because lots of people sit down to teach themselves quantum mechanics. This is just conspiratorial.
So let me ask you this: where did quantum mechanics come from?
I think that that's just going to be the laws of physics.
Okay, and then who defined the laws of physics? Like who
The
actually-
laws of physics are just going to be fundamentals of the universe. If you're off the app, I can't hear you, by the way. I don't know if you know that.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So you put faith in the people who gave us a definition for us to have the ability to research these certain things, right?
In what way?
I mean, like for somebody who, like, the first person who put like kind of the name to quantum mechanics, he you know what I'm saying, he discovered how to use it, stuff like that. He gave it like it's an easy way for us to be able to like to research things for ourselves. Like as far as using quantum mechanics, somebody had to use quantum mechanics first, right?
I'm not really sure what you mean by that.
I mean,
this is it's like a framework that was developed to fit the data. This is just like, it's just the scientific consensus that this accurately describes the world around us. Why would I not want to believe the scientific consensus?
well, because they're all based off of a lot of theories.
Not in the sense that you're using it, because you think, when you say theory, you think that just means guess. That doesn't just mean guess. Theory is an assemblage of facts and data that bring them all together under one umbrella. It's not a theory in the way you're using the term theory. It just says that it's always open to the possibility that it could be wrong. That contrasts with religion, which is which doesn't operate based on theories, but rather operates based on dogma. Which means while science is capable of updating itself with the facts, you're locked into a bunch of like indefensible bullshit. For example, the Bible says that outer space is water. Do you think outer space is water?
Could it not just be used metaphorically?
Oh yeah, exactly. So you need to update your Bible and to say, well, that's just a metaphor. Whereas, so it made physical claims that people actually believed for a very long time. How do you know that God's not just a metaphor at that point too?
Well, in that sense of saying, like you said, with, you know what I'm saying, when he said that space is, you know what I'm saying, ocean, obviously space isn't any form or body of water.
Yeah.
You know? And we often break things down into metaphors or analogies so that we may understand it better.
Oh, but that doesn't, so how do you know that God isn't just an analogy? That the entire book isn't just an analogy?
And I'm going to straight up tell you because I have faith.
Oh, gotcha. So you have no evidence.
Well,
you have no reason to believe that the whole thing isn't just an analogy, or isn't just a metaphor.
This is where I go back to, you'll say what my question was originally, was that, do you actually believe that all of our emotions and the things that we feel are just chemical reactions?
Absolutely. Do you have any evidence that they're not?
Do you have any evidence that they are?
Yeah, so I just want to point out that you're shifting the burden because you can't answer my question. But yeah, which emotion do you want to learn about?
Okay. Let's throw the hardest one out there, love.
Yeah, love is just going to be brought about by the feelings of the release of dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin. Oxytocin's the closeness chemical. Dopamine's the chemical that makes things feel rewarding. It's like the accomplishment chemical, whereas serotonin is the happiness chemical. Love is just the combination of those.
Okay. Well, you know what? At the end of the day,
so I'm just gonna wait, because you shifted the burden. Now I'm gonna shift it back at you. Do you have any evidence that love is anything other than just these chemicals?
Well, then you know, when you shift it right back to me, all I'm gonna be able to tell you is that my faith in God and what He says.
Gotcha. So you have no evidence. So you want hard answers from me, but the answers that you give are like non-existent.
And I will say, you know, I respect your debate.
Okay.
At the end of the day, I respect your debate. I appreciate you debating with me.
Yep.
And, you know, I've seen you on the page every now and then. I've always wanted, you know, an opportunity to come in here and debate with you. So I'm going to go back to my word, study some more, and I'll like the chance to debate with you again one day.
Yep. Yeah, I appreciate it. Well, thanks for coming up.
For sure.
If you're in that guest request box, make sure that you believe in the God of the Bible, Torah, or Quran, that you have an argument which does not involve personal experience, and that you're 18 or older. If you want to support the stream, the Venmo's allegedly-ian. The Cash App is just allegedly.ian. Both are in my bio. And with that, we'll go to the next guest. Keep on double tapping on that screen. Let's get all the way up to 150K likes. Drop a follow as well if you never want to miss a debate in the future, and if you want to join the community so you never miss a debate. Because I notify you every single time that I go live. There's a link to the Discord in my bio. Only join if you're 18 or older, but I do notify you every time I go live, so you'll never miss a live because you'll always be notified. And with that, we'll go to the next guest. What's up, Emma? How's it going? Emma, are you there? You're muted. Yeah. You are not 18 or older. You gotta be 18 or older. If you're not 18 or older, don't request to join. It's just that simple. I can't have you up here if you're like 13. What's up? How's it going? How old are you?
Bitch.
Oh, you're even younger. That's too bad. You shouldn't know these words. Your parents have really failed you. Your parents really dropped the ball on you. But make sure you're double tapping on that screen. What's up? How's it going? Summer, are you there?
Yeah.
You're not 18 or older. You got to be 18 or older to request to join. Central and Sarah, thank you so much. Appreciate it. You gotta be 18 or older. What's up? How's it going?
Yo, what's up?
How old are you?
I'm 05, baby.
05?
Yes.
Yeah. What religion?
Christian.
Okay. What's your strongest argument for the existence of God that does not involve personal experience?
You believe he's not real, you tell me.
Yeah, that's just going to come down to the fact that we have all these grotesque evils in nature that are incompatible with the existence of God. We have, we have natural disasters, we have cancer, we have malaria. All of this seems to be the work of an indifferent universe, not a God who loves us.
I mean, that's just life though, bro. Like, you gotta...
Yeah,
So
who made
life?
Created, though? Who made it that way?
How you were created, though.
Wait, but who made life that way?
How do you think life was created?
Wait. Let's not pivot away. Who made it that way?
What'd you say? I couldn't hear you.
Who made it that way?
Who made what way?
Yeah, who made the universe have malaria and cancer and natural disasters?
The people on the earth.
Gotcha. So then how do you explain a fossilized mosquito that existed 30 million years before humans did, a dinosaur bone with cancer that existed 77 million years before humans did, and like fault lines, remnants of earthquakes and volcanic activity that exists billions of years before humans did? How do you explain those pieces of data? If you're off the app, I can't hear you. If you're off the app, I can't hear you. You got to come back to the app. We got a running Randy over here. All right, I accept your surrender. Reformatted like a hard drive, baked like a baked potato, folded like a chair, scrambled like an omelet. What's up? How's it going? Clover emoji.
What's up?
Yeah. What religion, or how old are you?
15.
You gotta be 18 or older. If you're in that guest request box, make sure that you're 18 or older. If you're not 18 or older, I'm not gonna talk to you. If you want to support the stream, the Venmo's allegedly-ian and the Cash App is just allegedly Ian. Both of them are in my bio. Appreciate any and all support. What's up? How's it going, Liv? Are you there? Hello? Hello? You're muted. I don't know if you know that. You gotta unmute. Oh, okay, wait, I can try to prompt you to come off mute. I don't know if you're trying to leave the exit is there. What's up, Blake? How's it going? How old are you?
18.
Come on. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. And hey, if you get kicked because you're underage and then you show back up in the guest request box, you're getting blocked. Don't cram up my guest request box if I'm not going to debate you. What's up? How's it going, Krusty?
What's good, bro?
Yeah. What religion, or how old are you?
I'm 18.
Yeah. And what religion?
Catholic.
Yeah. So what's your strongest argument for the existence of God which does not involve personal experience?
To be honest with you, I don't know how to explain this very well, but it's just like, I believe that there's like a God, but at the same time, I don't. You get what I mean?
I just don't know what that means. Do you think the God of the Bible
exactly,
exists? That just sounds like a contradiction. I'm just not really sure what to make of that. But do you believe in the Bible? Do you think it's true?
I do believe that there's evil in it.
Do you believe in the Bible, though? Do you believe in there's a character in the Bible, his name's God. Do you believe that character actually exists in reality?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm only looking to debate people who believe in the God of the Bible, Torah, or Quran. If you don't do that, I'm not going to talk to you. Only come with an argument. What's up? How's it going, Harrison?
I'm good. How are you?
How old are you?
I'm 18.
What year were you born?
2006, September 1st. I just turned 18.
Okay. What religion?
I'm Christian.
What's your strong...
hold on, I'm gonna rephrase that. I don't necessarily like follow all Christian beliefs, but I believe Jesus is king. I believe that God is real.
Okay. What's your strongest argument for the existence of God that does not involve personal experience?
I just don't believe that everything is a coincidence, that everything falls like perfectly into place, and that science. Well, look, so I believe in science, right? But I believe that science is the way that God explains supernatural stuff to occur.
So there's going to be a conflict of definitions here because science explains the natural world. Science makes no claims about the supernatural.
Okay, but look, the way I'm sorry, I phrased that incorrectly. Look, so I think science is how God explains what he does.
Well, science was a framework invented by humans just to describe reality around us. It wasn't given to us by God.
Say God created, God created the sun, God created Earth, God created the planets, right? I think science is the framework that makes sense to humans of why he does what he does and how he does what he does.
No, that doesn't make sense because the Bible's ascientific. It says that the earth was created before the sun. That's not true.
Okay, but you also have to take into context when the Bible was written. The Bible was written by humans. It wasn't necessarily written by God himself.
So how do you know that God's real if it was written by humans?
Because God's main goal is free will. Like that's his main ideology, that's his main point, right? So whenever he created the Bible, if he just wrote it himself, it would look. So whenever he wrote the rules and all this stuff, he wanted it to be interpreted by humans and how humans could pick up on it and learn from it from God. If God just gave him the set specific rules and just made everything perfect and all this stuff, he doesn't see it as free will, right? So
How would it not be free will for him to just give us like the guidelines? What would whose free will would be deprived if God gave the book and was like, "Hey, what's up? Here's the book." Like this is what the Muslims think happened. They think that the angel Gabriel came down with the book.
That would be coercion. Because look. So say,
wait. Do you think the Muslim story is coercion that the angel Gabriel came down with the book?
I'm not too informed about Muslim culture, so I'm not going to speak on it because I really don't know. I'm not informed in that. But look, so say God created humans, right? And he gave them specific. He did give them specific rules, but say they were only interpreted in only his way, right? Say humans are born here, right? And he gave him the perfect, I guess set in stone way of them to believe. I see that as manipulation. I see that as people are only forced to think this one way and there is no other way, and that contradicts his free will.
I just don't think you know your own religion very well. I mean, it seems like the more consistent like Christian belief would just be that God gives you the option to follow him or not follow him, and you can choose whether you want to follow him or not follow him. But if you don't know what he wants from you, then it's impossible to follow him. How do you know that? Like, wait. How do you? Wait. But I just want to know. How do you know that God is real at all? If it was just all written by humans, if God didn't write the damn thing, how do you know God exists at all?
So look, the biggest problem I have is not a belief in any God at all. I can understand why you wouldn't be able to believe the Christian God, because I even have my own doubts with the Christian God. I believe in him, but there are certain doubts and there's stuff in the Bible that I don't agree with. But I just don't understand how you can believe that, the Big Bang happened, right? And then everything just perfectly falls into place and we got this world that is perfectly set up, that is perfectly able for humans to adapt, and there's no other planets in our solar system that can sustain life. But
wait. What about the planet is perfect?
Is that it's perfect conditions for humans to live and life to form. And
which ones? In what way?
Earth.
Yeah, which specific parts of Earth are perfect for humans?
That we can breathe, that we can function.
we can breathe because we evolved into the Earth.
Okay, but then how did humans start?
Well, humans came from evolution.
Okay, and so explain your theory on evolution. I want to hear this.
Yeah, so evolution is just the idea that genetic diversity occurs over time. That we, in the context of how humans arose from this, it's that the things that are good at surviving and reproducing survived and reproduced, and that there were genetic mutations which gave them different traits to either help or harm them or remain neutral at survival and reproduction. And over billions of years, eventually we went from a single-celled organism to a full human.
Okay, and I can see why you believe that. I personally don't agree, but just using that, say I do agree, right? why would that not be able to happen on Mars? Why would that not be able to happen on Uranus? Why would that not be able to happen on, or okay, no, I know why on Uranus
Liquid
because
water
yeah, I
is
get that. Okay.
because liquid water is the universal solvent
Okay, so then why couldn't that happen on Mars?
because of water.
Okay, so but that's my point, is that why is it just perfect on Earth and it's not on any other planet?
Water exists plenty of places, but the Earth is like largely covered in water, and then also has like some land on it. So,
Oh, okay, so but
it's
that's what I'm
so
saying,
so
is that
life.
how does
So the
everything
if we
line
look at
up
the
perfect?
universe around us, it's compatible most with the view that life is an extremely rare occurrence, but it's a natural occurrence nonetheless. You need to give an explanation as to why God would make all of these planets and all of the solar system completely empty. Why would God make so much of it lifeless?
But I feel like you're dodging what I'm trying to get at. So,
I
but
just answered
why?
it very directly, and I'm turning the question back on you. Why would God make the galaxies so lifeless?
It's not written in the Bible. I'm not sure. But what I'm saying is, I don't understand how you can believe that everything just falls into place just on Earth. And
It doesn't. We have like for example, the Goldilocks zone.
so then, where else are humans? Are there any other planets that have humans?
Well, so humans evolved here, but
Why
if you
can't they
want life,
evolve
we would
on?
need
Why
to. So
can't they
we would
evolve
need to
on
find a
Mars?
planet that's a majority covered in water and has good atmospheric conditions.
Oh, so you
Again,
think?
life is an extremely rare occurrence, but it's an occurrence nonetheless. We have no reason to think that God did it.
Okay, so you can just believe that everything falls into place and everything is all perfect
Everything
here.
doesn't fall into place. Everything's not perfect
So
here.
then, why are there
We have
humans if it
natural
doesn't fall into place? Why,
disasters
why are there
that
humans
like.
then?
Hmm?
Why are there humans if everything didn't fall into place for perfect conditions for humans?
Wait. So because there's a wide range of conditions that humans can evolve in.
So then, if the range is so wide, why aren't we on other planets?
Yeah, so the range is relatively wide. We could be a lot closer or a lot farther away from this or from the sun, but things could certainly be a lot better for us. For example, wouldn't it be better if we didn't have like floods or earthquakes or cancer or malaria?
Yeah, it would be better.
Yeah,
Yes.
perfect. So then the Earth is not perfect for us. I think
Okay.
the Earth is actually, in many ways, it's quite inhospitable. There's places where you will die instantly, where the temperatures get so hot or so cold that humans actually can't survive in these locations. That there are literal trees that are not marked in any way, but will kill you if you eat the fruit from these trees.
I find it much easier for me to believe that there's a higher power and a designer than to believe that all of these coincidences fall into place to
What
have.
was the design decision behind malaria? Trey, thank you so much for the $5 on Cash App. Huge W Trey in the comment section. I appreciate
So
the heck
look,
out of that.
this goes back to Noah and his ark, right? So whenever humans were on Earth, and they were all disobeying God, God made it very clear that He wanted them to follow Him and not false gods and all this stuff, right? So then He floods the earth, right? He keeps Noah, He keeps Noah's family, and then He keeps two of each animal, right? And whenever that water goes away, genetics changed, people changed, and this is all going off of the Bible. This is me going off of the Bible, okay? So then Noah, he was thought to have lived up to 900 years, I believe, and he was his family, and all after that, the age changed, right? He said specifically people weren't going to live past 120 years old now. Genetics changed because look, if you think about it, there had to have been interfamily reproduction to start the human race. That's how it would have had to have been.
That's not true. Cyber, thank you so much for the $6.66 on Cash App. Hail Cyber, hail 666, hail Satan, big W Cyber in the comment section. I appreciate that. Hold on, Harrison, hold on. How does your theory about Noah's Ark explain the existence of mosquitoes with malaria from 30 million years ago? We literally have them fossilized.
Because sin got brought into this world, and that's where.
Yeah, so humans have existed for around 200,000 years.
Yes.
So 30 million is approximately 30 million more than 200,000. So how do you explain fossilized mosquitoes?
Sorry, repeat that. I didn't.
Yeah,
understand.
how do you explain a fossilized mosquito that's 30 million years old, long before humans existed, that has malaria? How do you explain that?
I don't know what you're getting at. I don't know what the point of this is.
Yeah, so okay, I'll break this down even more for you. So you said that malaria came from the flood, but humans have only
No. I never
existed.
said malaria came from the flood.
Oh, because I asked you where malaria came from, and then you gave me the story of the flood, so that was just all irrelevant. Okay, that's fine.
I was trying to explain whenever genetics changed and all that stuff, and that's whenever the human body's changed. So that was giving you a time period. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's chill. So you think that malaria came from the fall?
No, malaria came into the world whenever sin came into the world.
Yeah, and when did sin come into the world?
Once Adam and Eve rebelled against God.
So the fall of man, yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that's what you were referring to.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. So humans have existed for around 200,000 years, which means that a mosquito with malaria existed long before then. So Adam and Eve can't be responsible for the existence of malaria because malaria existed before humans existed.
Yeah, but also you got to remember the fall probably also changed human genetics and changed the way that humans are receptive to it. Before sin came into the world, our bodies were probably immune to malaria.
Oh, prove it.
And it was probably. I mean, you're telling me to prove something over 200,000 years old. I'm sorry, I can't.
Oh yeah, because we can prove these things because you're just like speculating.
I go more off of evidence instead of proof because there's a lot of things that.
Yeah. So what's the evidence that our genetics changed?
You got me.
Okay.
You got me. I mean, I can't fully prove that. I'm just going off of my beliefs, and unfortunately, I can't prove those. All right. So that old.
What's your evidence that the Bible is true?
Is have you ever heard of the story of Mount Sinai, or like the story of Mount Sinai? So just seeing stuff like that, seeing that the tip of the mountain is still burnt, and there's no other explanation for it.
What's the source saying that the tip of the mountain is burnt?
The Bible. That's the source.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So you're essentially saying that the Bible is true because of the story that occurred in the Bible.
Well, if you look at pictures of Mount Sinai.
Yeah, I'm asking you, what's the source that says that Mount Sinai has all this like burn, like has this one single burn mark on top of it?
Look at a picture of it. The tip of it is black, and the rest of it is not. What else is there?
And if we examined this like blackness, would we find like the remnants of a bush?
Have you looked at a picture of Mount Sinai? I'm not understanding why.
Well, I'm just asking if we evaluated this, would we find the remnants of a bush? Would we find like any sign that this fire was the burning of a bush?
I mean, I was going more off of visual because I thought visual was enough evidence to prove that it was.
No, there's a specific chemical makeup of something that's been burnt.
So you're saying there is no chemical makeup? Can you give me a source proving that it's not?
Well, you're the one making the claim, so it's your burden to prove that it is.
Because from what I saw, from me seeing the tip that is burned and it matching up with the Bible, I thought that was enough evidence for me.
Well, it needs to actually be burnt. It can't just look burnt; it needs to be burnt.
So then what is the cause for the blackness then?
We can look it up.
Okay.
It's a volcano.
It's a volcano.
Oh wait. No, wait. So that's what the Bible says. Hold on. Is this a real place?
Yes. The name is probably changed. That's a big conflict in the Bible that a lot of places aren't titled the same place anymore, especially with all the political factors.
Yeah, it's like volcanic rock, I guess. What's the I'm just confused what the evidence is that the tip of it is black. Like, I'm not really finding any sources other than like religious ones.
Okay, well, I want to go on to a different topic that's still following into this. The erosion marks from whenever Moses split the sea. I would
What
like
are the
to.
erosion marks?
So hold on, I need to find a source for this. Hold on, let me grab my computer because I don't have all the sources at the top of my head. But there's you know the story of Moses splitting the sea, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's been found erosion marks from that exact river. That
Yeah, what's the Red Sea?
yes,
Yeah, what's the evidence? What's the erosion marks really?
I'm finding sources right now.
Yeah, go for it.
Hold up.
While we're waiting for that, make sure you're double tapping on that screen, sharing it with your friends. If you want to join the community, if you're 18 or older, there's a link to the Discord in my bio. It's discord.gg/allegedly.ian. We talk politics, religion, philosophy. And I notify you every time we go live by direct adding everyone. Also, we do book clubs in there every single Saturday. This Saturday, I'm just going to go through like basic philosophy terms. So if anybody in the audience is interested in that and you're 18 or older, consider joining via the link in my bio. It's discord.gg/allegedly.ian. But keep on double tapping that screen. Harrison, do you have the source?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you this one because I can't find the specific source I was looking for. So I'm gonna give you this one.
Okay. So if the flood happened, how did the kangaroos get to Australia?
I believe I'm not sure. I mean,
Okay.
I think yeah. I don't have an explanation for that. I don't. Because I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna be honest. Because there's a lot. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know everything. Because I really don't. I have a lot to learn. But
Hey, fair enough.
That's a big thing I've seen on here is that the people that come on here act like they know everything, and I'm just gonna.
No,
agree
that's
that
a
you
really
definitely
good
have to be-
answer, actually. Yeah.
But
W Harrison in the comment section. Big respect. Yeah. No, it's
yeah,
good. If you don't know something, you can always just say you don't know something.
I definitely do have a lot to learn, and watching your streams definitely do have me go further in depth about what I believe. So
Yeah, I
definitely
appreciate
get a lot
that.
from this.
Yeah.
But
Do you have anything else for me, or should I move on to the next
No,
guest?
you should move on. But good talking to you.
Yeah, it was great to talk to you as well. Yeah, if you're in that guest request box, make sure that you're 18 or older, that you believe in the God of the Bible, Torah, or Quran, and that you have an argument which does not involve personal experience. Yeah, I gotta respect him for being humble. Drop a follow as well if you're enjoying the debates. What's up, D? How's it going?
It's going good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what religion are you?
I'm Christian.
Yeah, and what's your strongest argument for the existence of God that does not involve personal experience?
I don't think you could make an argument for God without personal experience other than how did matter create itself?
Oh, I think matter's always existed.
What source do you have to back that up, that matter just always existed?
Yeah, it's gonna be just like the quantum eternity theorem. It's derived from the Schrodinger's equations, basically indicates that the universe has always existed.
Okay, so when Hubble discovered that, we can look back at the universe and see the expansion of the universe, obviously, that deals with the Big Bang theory. How do you correlate that with what you just stated?
Yeah, because even if there's like a first moment of the universe as we know it, there was still something before the Big Bang. The evidence seems to indicate that the universe goes through infinite cycles of big bounces and big crunches, that it rapidly expands outward and then rapidly contracts inward.
But that's just assumptions, right? We don't have real evidence for that, right?
We do have real evidence.
Just like we can't unite the theory of relativity
and
string theory.
Are you interested in the real evidence for it?
I don't really see.
Because you made the assertion that there's no real evidence, would you like to ask if I have real evidence?
Well, I know you don't, because there's not been.
Do you want to ask? Because maybe I do.
Well, are you going to be greater than Einstein? Because there's not one scientist that has came up with a theory that unites the theory of the big and the theory of the small. relativity and string theory. So can
I
you do
think you're
that?
confused. Wait, so that's not the claim I'm making, first of all. And second of all, it's general relativity and quantum mechanics. So new data that came out like just a couple of months ago indicates that the effect of dark energy is getting weaker over time. Dark energy is the stuff that's causing the universe to expand outward. So the effect is getting weaker over time means that eventually it's going to start contracting inward via gravity. Trey, thank you so much for the $6.66 on Cash App. Hail, Trey. Hail, 666. Hail, Satan. I appreciate that, Trey.
So what you just stated, that's not accepted by, and from what I've read, it's not been accepted by the entire scientific community.
Do you want the article that says as much?
Well, I've read several articles that says that much. Then I've read articles that says not so much. So I'm just
what's the article that says? What's the article that came out that responds to this data specifically that says not so much?
Well, I've read several articles. I believe one was done by Krauss, Lawrence Krauss. You familiar with him?
Lawrence Krauss? No, I'm not familiar with him.
Okay. Richard Dawkins, are you familiar with him?
I don't really care about Richard Dawkins.
So,
isn't he a biologist?
Yes. So, but he's the one of the foremost scientists in his field, is he not? I mean,
this is a physicist field.
You're from the UK. These are your guys, right?
No, well, I don't. I think the people who are experts in the field get to talk about the field, and the people who aren't the experts in the field, I don't really care what they have to say about the field. So yeah, Dawkins is an atheist. He's good at some things. I'm sure he's probably like much better on on evolution stuff, for example. But no, I mean, this data is like super recent. It's like cutting edge.
So you don't believe in anything supernatural or anything?
No, I don't.
So I know you said no personal testimony, and this is, for me, this is scientific, okay? So if you look at my page, I'm a retired U.S. Marine. I'm also a retired law enforcement officer, okay? So I'm not giving into fables or fairy tales and crap like that. By the sound of my voice, I'm pretty sure if you look at my page too, you can see I'm an African-American male. Did not grow up religious. I did not grow up, going to church. I grew up in a very dangerous environment. So, make a long story short, I was injured in the line of duty.
But I'm not looking for personal experiences.
It's not a personal experience.
You're telling a story about yourself. It is a personal experience.
Can I read your report from a physical therapist? The physical therapist.
Can I find this report somewhere else? Could I read it myself?
I can send it to you.
Yeah, is it published somewhere or?
No, it's in my medical records. I can send it to you.
Yeah, so if your medical records say that like there's a fucking ghost or there's like a spirit, that might be pretty compelling evidence.
No, the medical records, we're talking about science. It will have mobility usage and non-mobility usage, right? If somebody was injured or shot in the line of duty, they would have their mobility, especially if they were shot in the leg or something like that, right? And parts of the leg was blown off.
Super depends on the injury.
Yeah, if you go to a physical therapist, they're going to record the data. They're going to record your mobility. They're going to record.
Yeah, if you want to send over your medical records and then I can look through them and talk about it, I'd be happy to have that conversation with you. I would just need to see these records before we have the conversation.
Yeah, I can, and I will do that. I will do that for you. No problem. But I would like for you to see that, because I would like for you to see the differences and the data that occurred from the point where I was injured into the point where I had an experience and I could walk again.
Yeah, it sounds super cool. I look forward to seeing the medical records then.
Yeah, I definitely would do that for you, and just for something for you to consider. Although I'm a believer, I still love science, and I love your live, and so continue doing what you're doing, man. God bless.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming on up. Yeah. Make sure you're double tapping on that screen, sharing it with your friends, doing all that good stuff. If you're in that guest request box, make sure that you're 18 or older, that you believe in the God of the Bible, Torah, or Quran. Nikki, thank you so much. That's awesome. W Nikki in the comment section. If you want to support the stream, the Venmo is allegedly-Ian, and the Cash App is just allegedly Ian. So go to the very next guest. And if you're 18 or older, you want to join the community, there's a link to the Discord in my bio. Please consider joining. We talk about politics, religion, and philosophy. It's a great place to make friends, learn about stuff. You can ask me questions. I try to respond.
Alex Ross. Hello.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
Year born? That's a dumb question. I actually don't even need to. Hey, what's up? How's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
It's going well. Going well.
May I ask, like, do you agree with the statement that's behind you that God isn't real?
Yeah, of course. Otherwise, it wouldn't be behind me. What religion are you?
I'm just Christian. I don't have like a religion that I'm under per se.
That is a religion, but okay. So what's your?
There's like Pentecostal. There, like, if I
Those are
talk-
denominations, sure.
Yeah.
But what's your strongest argument for the existence of God that does not involve personal experience?
My strongest, it would be the fact that we use it in everything, even like.
Wait, you're super quiet. Are you covering your mic or something?
Yeah. Sorry. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah. Start over.
I think the argument plays that God isn't real, or people go around saying that there's been tons of proof proven that God isn't real, but yet we use it in everything.
Oh, I don't really care about that. It's very integrated into our society, but that doesn't mean it's true.
I mean, the best way I can argue your argument is wondering, why don't you believe in God? Like, what proof do you have that was shown to you to say, like, hey, I'm just gonna choose not to believe in this anymore?
The fact that 1 out of every 2 humans have been unalived by malaria, a disease which can't be accounted for by any human action insofar as it existed before humans by quite a bit. We literally have mosquitoes from 30 million years ago who have malaria with them. I just think it's crazy that God would allow malaria to exist, and like for basically no reason.
Okay. May I ask what you believe in, or are you an atheist altogether?
I'm an atheist.
Okay. Well, I think that it's stated within Bibles and other things that he no longer is going to control what happens. I mean, you have to walk in pure faith in order to believe in God. You have to talk to him. You have to practice the religion and prayers, and you have to have encounters with him. He literally talks about like Adam and Eve in the beginning of the Bible, like saying, I gave you guys a free world, no death, no diseases, and they disobeyed what he had ordered. And then he gave a second chance. He made an ark, Noah's ark, and then he destroyed the world of evil, so that, because there was too much evil roaming the world, and then evil became again. How many times?
It didn't happen.
But there's literally scientific proof of them finding Noah's ark.
Wait. So there's a couple things here. First, the 30 million years ago, the mosquito that's 30 million years preserved predates humans by quite a bit. And this mosquito has malaria. It's like a malaria spreader. Or it could be, it was in its time, which means that you can't say that malaria came from the fall of man, came from Adam and Eve, when malaria existed well before Adam and Eve existed.
Okay, well, there is supposedly a grounds for Adam and Eve. Why didn't they get bit by this malaria mosquito? Why didn't God just
They didn't
let them live?
exist.
But you just said that they did exist way before.
In your view, I'm saying that your view can't account for this without rejecting science, basically. That you believe in Adam and Eve, but that's disconnected from the belief that that science is like true and reliable, basically.
So not believing in God over a mosquito is more reliable than science of them finding Noah's Ark and many other things that have
That's
been
not
told in the
science.
Bible.
So what they didn't find Noah's Ark. They found like an indent on a rock somewhere. That's not very interesting to me. But I have a question about Noah's Ark. If the flood happened, how did the kangaroos get to Australia?
How did the kangaroos get to Australia?
Yeah.
I don't know. How do birds get to places they have to be? You're let loose.
Probably
you
they
go
fly,
back.
but it
Don't
seems
you
unlikely
again?
that the
Don't
kangaroos could have just hopped there.
don't animals habitat to where they're most comfortable? Like, how do you know that kangaroos didn't hang around here for a little while? I don't know. I don't think
Hang around. I mean, we have no fossil evidence of that. We have lots of fossil evidence that they've existed for a very long time
we also
on
have lots of
Australia.
evidence that everything that was stated in the Bible has happened. Not only does the Noah
No,
Ark,
wait, because the flood didn't happen. You can't give an explanation for how kangaroos got to Australia.
okay, wait. So my question here is your only basis of not believing in God off of a mosquito?
Yeah, so it's more nuanced than that. The fact that this mosquito exists means that malaria existed before humans existed, which means that humans are not the cause of malaria, which means that we're not responsible for malaria, which in your worldview means that God must have created malaria. If God created malaria, God's a sick fuck.
Just based off the comments, I never said that there was fossil evidence of the Bible.
Don't respond to the comments, respond to the argument that I just made.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I just wanted to make myself clear because then people will misconstrue what I was trying to say. But the thing is, when you believe in anything, because you, like, okay, what if someone comes on here and trumps the argument of a mosquito? Then you have to come up with something else. That's the part of believing in something 24/7. You have to come up with things. If someone comes on here who's
That's
way
true
more,
of your worldview as well. Well,
okay.
yeah, I have lots of reasons. I think mosquitoes, I think malaria and cancer and like natural disasters are just the easiest.
Okay, but how many times are you supposed to be saved from these things after being warned 1,000,001 times and saying basically in the beginning of time, like I said, there was already warnings of these things. These things are written in the Bible that all of these things are going to happen. We're also supposed to be living in end times. So
Why didn't the Bible give us like a heads up about malaria? Why wasn't it like, hey, malaria comes from mosquitoes. You want to drain all of your still water to prevent mosquitoes from reproducing. Here's how you make like a mosquito net. Why doesn't the Bible contain like these useful pieces of information that would have been essential for stopping the spread of malaria?
Have you read the Bible?
Yeah, it doesn't contain anything about that.
Okay. So you're saying that the God, like that in the Bible, it pertains about all different types of diseases. Leprosy, AIDS.
Wait. Let's not expand the scope. We're just talking about malaria. You need to give an account of why an all good God would allow malaria to exist and why he would create it.
And that was based off my argument. Do you really think that God's going to account for all these other diseases that we don't even have anymore? Like leprosy is not even really heard of anymore. So he's going to account for all of those terrible things, but not account for malaria.
Malaria has unalived 1 out of every 2 humans who have ever existed. It's killed literal billions. Billions with a B. Billions.
Okay. Now,
why would he make it in the first place?
Okay, so why do you believe that
I just asked you a question.
Yeah, I know. That's the question. Why do you believe that people shouldn't die? Like, you think because there's a God or someone to come and save you that there shouldn't be any death?
No, that's not the argument.
Yeah, that's not the argument, but you keep using the fact that malaria has killed billions and billions and billions of people.
Yeah, so I think that when kids die, that's bad, actually.
Yeah, that is terrible.
Yeah, so I would prefer a world where fewer kids die.
And I think we would all prefer that world. I think I would prefer
Yeah, so why didn't God make the world... Why would God... Wait, but so if malaria existed before humans existed, then that means that Eve eating the apple didn't cause malaria, because malaria happened before, and causes happen before their effects, not after, which means that Eve eating the apple can't be the cause of the effect, because that means that the effect would happen before the cause, which is just nonsense.
Then why? There's literally no proof at all that there was any malaria at all.
We have a fossilized mosquito that's 30 million years old. That's 30 million years before
and it
humans
tested
existed.
for malaria.
Yes, it's fossilized. Yeah.
I just can't like, bro. I wish.
Do you want to see a picture of it? I can show you. Literally show you a picture of it.
Well, it's not that I can't believe you. What I'm saying is I can't believe that someone is like you, and I like respect you with all of my heart. Like I'm supposed to love my brothers and sisters, but I just can't believe that you're literally saying that God, the most powerful king, king of all kings, are like saying he doesn't exist because of a mosquito.
Yeah. Wait. Do you think that? I think that that's a bit of an oversimplification of the argument. I think a better version of the argument is that I don't think God exists because he has created the conditions wherein a disease has killed 1 out of every 2 humans.
I have a question.
That
Do you believe
can't
in
be
the
accounted for.
Do you live in the Big Bang Theory?
Do I live in the Big
Or
Bang
not
Theory?
like believe in the Big Bang Theory?
Yeah.
Okay. So the Big Bang just caused malaria.
Okay.
How can you argue that?
Because
so
the universe is wait, that's
malaria.
Wait, that's in line with my theory. The universe is indifferent to us. Malaria comes about via a process of evolution because the universe is not governed by some all good, all powerful, all loving entity. That's how things like malaria come into existence via evolution. I have an explanation for where malaria comes from. You have no explanation.
The only reason that I'm not able to give you a simple explanation is because I think it's known to everyone, even people who believe in God or don't believe in God, that death is something that's unpreventable, and there's all different types of diseases that appear every single
Kids
day.
dying is bad, actually.
Yes, kids is.
Yeah, just because everyone dies doesn't mean that it's okay for people to die right now. For example, you're gonna die one day, but it would be like crazy evil if somebody killed you right now.
It would.
Yeah, so similarly, people are gonna die one day, but it's really fucking sad when someone dies of malaria. Because they didn't need to die like this, they could have lived a full life.
It's really sad when someone dies of anything. I think that if someone tells me your mom just died and then someone follows it up by saying my brother just died of malaria, I'm not going to feel more sad about malaria. I'm going to be feeling sad in general for both people. Like I don't think
Stoic, thank you. I disagree. I think so. Depending on the circumstance, I think that if I find out that like a 6-year-old died of malaria, I think that's like way sadder than like an elderly person who lived a long, good life, who passed peacefully, surrounded by their friends and loved ones. I think that if you live the full life, there's like some level of like peace. Like you did the thing. You've been around. You lived like a great life, and now you're gone. As opposed to like this kid who didn't even get to live life in the first place. I think that's way sadder.
I think that it's sad if a 6-year-old dies in general, don't you think? Like kids literally die for getting ran over. Kids die because they have terrible supervision of daycare of another evil person.
Yeah, but we're talking about malaria. You need to give an account of malaria.
Yes, I understand. But what I'm trying to say is you are basing an argument off of malaria, which is a disease, which is a horrible disease, but we can account for all other diseases that kill people, millions of people every single day. Like, you're talking about something that can be transmitted to you, or like you could get bit and then it gets into your bloodstream. But so what about people who are born and a few years down the line, they're diagnosed with cancer at 4 years old? Like,
yeah, this is also a really great reason for not believing in God.
But what about those who are believing in God 24/7 and they get automatically cured? What about doctors who are sitting there saying there's no possible way that you could be alive?
What about the ones where they believe in God 24/7 and don't get cured? What about them? Because we have data on this, and it turns out that prayer is 100% ineffective at actually curing things. It has no medical effect. Whether you pray or don't pray, it's not relevant.
If you had an encounter with God, and I'm just wondering, this is just wondering, if you had an encounter with God, how would you argue yourself? Because everyone has this mindset about bringing up 1,001 facts to not believe in God because they don't want to. They don't want to believe that there's a higher power. They have something in their life that transpires, and they believe that this world is so evil that there's no way there could be in God. So if you somehow, which I pray one day you do, have an encounter with God, how are you going to like fix this up? Because now you have all these people believing because of a freaking mosquito that God is not existent, and he will one day enter your life some way, somehow. We'll all come before God one day. And then
Yeah. I mean, what's going to happen? So if it turns out God's real, then I'm going to stop running these lives because I want to believe true things and I want to not believe false things. So if God's real, then believing that God exists is a true thing. So I'll just simply start believing that God's real, and I'll learn all the good arguments for why God's real, and I'll start running all the good arguments for why God's real.
Okay, so is your heart open to believe something like that? Or if
Of course.
Or if
I would
someone
love
encounters
to.
you.
Yeah, I'm extremely open to a relationship with God. I just can't form a relationship with somebody if I don't know that they exist.
Okay.
I need to know that God exists. It's not sufficient for me to just hope that God exists. I can't form a relationship with a girl based on like faith that she exists. I need to actually know that she exists.
Okay, and this is what I'll say to you. This is what I'll say. If you have your heart open to know God, I pray and I swear, because I don't have anything or ill will against you, that you don't face something traumatic in order to have that encounter. Because the best way to have a peaceful encounter with God, to actually know that he is real, is to have an open heart and say, God, I'm willing to talk to you, and have that encounter. Because it would suck if something bad happened and then you're like, oh God, please save me, and then that's the only way you find out after something bad happening. And that's usually everyone's testimony, which I hate that for people, because it's like, why did everything have to come down that bad for you to say, oh, God is real? But if you could have a peaceful encounter, you have to have your heart open and say, God, please enter my life and let me know that you're real. Because that is how most testimonies start. That's how so many people start preaching that God is real.
Yeah, so I've done this multiple times on stream before, where we take a second and pray and say, God, if you're out there, please enter into my heart, and then nothing happens.
But you have to have
My heart's open. I would love a relationship with God if he exists. I just can't form a relationship with somebody who I don't know exists. That's just not possible. You can't have a friend if you don't know that they exist.
You have to have your own, not with millions of people watching you with your sarcasm and your head thinking, I don't know if this is actually going to happen.
Does God have stage fright?
I don't think that he has stage fright. I think he wants to have an encounter with you. What's your name, Ian? I think he wants to have an encounter with you directly, Ian.
Yeah, and I would love to have an encounter. I've also prayed off stream. Nothing happened then either.
Actually, I'm sorry. Let me backtrack that, because I can know when I'm wrong. I think that God would love to show millions of other people that you're talking to about God isn't being real. I think he would. This is the perfect platform that he would want to show himself. Because he would want to show others that are following you that he is real. So let me backtrack that statement. But I would like to know, maybe share the live with me, or somebody on this chat share the live with me when you do those little 30-second things. Because I want to see how vulnerable you actually are. Because if you're going to sit there and be sarcastic in your head thinking, oh, this isn't real, but I'll do it for shits and giggles, there's going to be someone, it's
so,
not.
Yeah, okay, wait, let's do something. So I'll be 100% open and 100% vulnerable to the experience of God. And then what's going to happen afterwards is you're going to say, well, your heart wasn't open enough.
Okay. When you're open to the experience of God, are you talking to him, or are you just going to sit there? Because that's not wanting to have an encounter. That's just you sitting there. Are you going to
I sit there. Let's do it together right now. Dear God, if you're real, please reveal yourself to me and to all the people who are watching.
Have an encounter with him. Talk to him. Put your hands in the air. Do something, because
hey God,
you're not.
How's it hanging?
That is the most sarcastic way.
I don't know what you want. I'm not gonna I've moved past the imaginary friend stage a bit.
You're not opening yourself at all.
This is it. This is bar for bar. This is word for word what I said you would say.
You're just sitting there putting your hands together and saying, "Hey, show me a magic trick." That's what you're saying.
I'm saying like show me a sign that you're real. My heart's 100% open.
Okay. I guess if I say, show me, I don't know how to put it into a sarcastic way because honestly, I'm not a very sarcastic person, but sitting there and basically not even trying is like...
What do you mean? You're literally doing the exact... So I said that you would say that I would do the thing with 100% openness, 100% vulnerability. I'd pray and ask God to reveal. So I prayed, asked God to reveal himself. Nothing happened, and then you said exactly what I said you would say. You said, well, your heart just wasn't open enough.
Have you had anyone pray for you, Ian?
Yeah, all the time.
What do you mean by all the time? Are you part of a community or something? Does your family believe in
People
God?
pray for me literally constantly. They say all the time, like, hey, I'll pray for you. Do you want to pray for me right now?
Do you want me to pray for you right now?
Yeah, let's see where it goes.
Okay. Well, listen, I believe in God and I'm not going to play with him. Like, this is my religion, so I'm not
Yeah,
going
of course.
to...
Yeah, wait, no praying with him. No playing with him.
Yeah, like, I'm not... This is my faith, so I'm going to respect it. And I pray
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we'll be very respectful and we'll listen to you. We're no jokes, no playing with God.
Okay. I'm closing my eyes. You don't see me, but... Dear Heavenly Father, I pray that you bless over Ian, give him an encounter with you, God. Open up his heart and let him see you, Lord.
Wait, keep on going. It's working.
You're literally, look at you. You're not opening
I'm getting
your eyes at
exercise. Do you not want me to get exercise? It's working. Why'd you stop? Fuck, I guess I'll have the spirit of Satan in me forever.
You're literally so crazy for that, bro.
Well, I'll have the spirit of Satan in me forever if you don't keep on praying.
See, how is your heart open at all? Like, you see how sarcastic you are? That moment right there could have been able to prove to me that you were mature enough and you were actually open-minded. But you just
my heart was 100% open, and all the prayers that I do.
Which is so disrespectful because I wasn't being disrespectful to you at all in this panel.
Listen, that's like totally all right, but unfortunately, it was too funny not to do. So.
I mean, I guess for the shits and giggles and the likes and views, you'd have to do anything you probably can.
No, my viewers dropped like 200 just now.
Yeah, because thank you to my brothers and sisters who don't take that.
Okay, wait. So you said that I did it for the likes and views, even though my views dropped, so...
Yeah, your views dropped, but you're still getting a whole bunch of likes on here and people laughing, even though it's not funny to disrespect anyone's religion.
Yo, it's crazy funny. Drop a 1 in chat if you think it's funny.
Yeah, I'm seeing... You don't have to have that, because I'm literally seeing the laughing emojis. It's literally not funny to disrespect anyone's religion.
It's so funny. But do you have... Because right now you just sound like a crying Corey. So do you have anything else, or should I move on to the next guest?
May God be with you.
All right. Make sure you're dropping a follow if you never want to miss a stream in the future. If you want to join the community, there's a link to the Discord in my bio. We talk about politics, religion, philosophy. We read a philosophy paper every Saturday. TR, thank you so much for the 5-cent subscriptions. Appreciate it. We read a philosophy paper every single Saturday. So if you are interested in that, you should come on in, and join. I'm doing a presentation this Saturday during that time slot to just get people acquainted with like philosophy 101 basically. But I tag everyone every time I go live, so you'll never miss a live because you'll always be notified. I'm probably going to end stream, so again, consider joining. It's discord.gg/allegedly.ian, but we're going to go raid Parker. Parker is currently live on Parker Get a Job. So we're going to go over there. We're going to raid him. But seriously, consider joining the Discord if you never want to miss a single debate in the future. I'll notify you, and make sure you're dropping a follow as well. Love all of you. Talk to y'all tomorrow.